able to break that 4-game losing streak against Garden City. Had a tough win there. Able to get done, advancing 10-9 on the season against what was a pretty good Garden City team. The boys, of course, had a frenetic second half to be able to get to 11 wins straight on the season. That was a lot of fun to see, of course, and got to, more importantly, crown some homecoming king and queens. As goodness, Eric.
I was trying to do it where everybody couldn't hear me put on my headset.
Oh, no.
That's what I was trying to do.
We're fine. We're good. But anyways, Eric, talking about homecoming, of course, more important than the games, got to see Riley Douglas Fisher, Connor Sunderland crowned homecoming queen and king. But the games went well, too. As I was describing there, of course, you get both wins. The girls, hey, it was one of their best team efforts, I think we could say, on the season. You had 4 girls in double figures in that one, with Lexi Middle 15. Had Riley Douglas Fisher, Kaylee Mills 13 and 12, and then Caitlin Culp off the bench had a good day as well with 12 points. Saw Taylor Floyd, Bailey Nelson get 6 apiece as well. So you had, in total, 6 girls with 5 or more. That's some of the balance we've been wanting to see. And then on the boards, my goodness, what an effort from Riley and Kaylee. They both wound up with 13 and 15 rebounds respectively.
Yeah. And that you know, it's not just the balanced scoring that we saw, but like you said, the boards. And you know, we were seeing them get in. There was a bunch of they had a bunch of steals in that game. You know, it was just kind of all over the place. It was the most complete game we had seen out of those girls all year, and it was something they needed at the right time to hopefully give them a little bit of momentum here in this final push into the playoffs.
Yeah, and you'll definitely need that. Finish with a tough couple of regular season games. Of course, you got Kingfisher, as we know, the 5th-ranked team in 4A, a very stout squad, as we saw in the Buckle of the Wheat Belt tournament. And then you'll finish with Anadarko a week from Friday. So have a good long layoff, if you will, or a week from today.
Tuesday.
Excuse me, I don't know why I said from Friday. Yeah, a week from today. You'll be back home against Anadarko for senior night, which, you know, obviously a great team. Saw them earlier in the year. But, you know, the girls have a chance here, come in, pull off the upset. I mean, Eric, we saw them lead at half the last time these two teams met up, but Boomer offense was just in a funk during that stretch.
Yeah, I think if, you know, the Boomers play, you know, do some of the things offensively that they did the other night. Obviously, it's not the same quality opponent, but you know, if they are able to play like a team, you know, like they did the other night, you know, that might help continue. You know, they know what they need to focus on this game. You know, they shut down Snyder the first time, but you know, they know kind of the other pieces that helped beat them last time, you know, when they played here in the tournament. So, you know, hopefully they can kind of reach into that bag and kind of see some things on film that they feel like they can exploit. And Kingfisher hasn't seen them play well, you know, and so, you know, hopefully that can kind of catch Kingfisher off guard a little bit as well.
Yeah, hopefully so. That'd be the case, because we know it's a good Kingfisher squad, 17-4 on the year. Mentioned Buckle, the Wheat Belt tournament champions, Wheat Capital tournament champions, Alva tournament runner-ups. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. The only loss coming to Weatherford on the road last Tuesday. That was a rematch of the Buckle, the Wheat Belt tournament finals. Kingfisher, of course, had won that 46-45 in the tight one. Weatherford got it back. Team led by a pretty good group. When you look at Raiden Snyder, 1,000-point scorer, she's got good help around her in the form of Reese Roof, the Weatherford, I dare say transfer, not probably the right word. Her father came over to take that coaching job here at Weatherford for that football. So she came over from Weatherford. Got Adelie Friesen, Abby Myers, all very, very good players. You know what stood out, I already mentioned, of course, led at the half in that first matchup. But man, you shut down Reagan Snyder. She only had 2 points, but it was the Reese Roof, the Adelie Friesen, Abby Myers. They kind of stepped up in that second half and put you away. But you know, it wasn't a lack of a defensive effort in that first matchup with Kingfisher. No,
that's the thing, is in that first matchup, I felt like overall, you know, they played well. We did see it in the second half, and I think, if I remember right, we talked to Coach Moore a little bit on the coach's show following that, where, you know, you saw a little bit of that fatigue. They get, you know, in the second half, they got tired, you know, and they'd gone through a lot of basketball, you know, up to that point. You know, but when they had it all together, they did play hard. And I think, it maybe that caught Kingfisher off guard a little bit. Sometimes that can happen, but you know, they did play well, and you know, a good team is going to have other people step up whenever you shut down their main player, and that's what Kingfisher did against the Boomers in that game. So, you know, again, you know, there's a lot on film now. You know, it's not just looking at, you know, your opponent against other opponents. You know, now you've got film on your opponent, and you know, like you said, like they don't have the film of you playing your best against them, but you've got film of them stepping up in other areas. So now you have a few things you can pick up on to hopefully make a difference in this game.
For sure, as the boys JV just finished up. Boys, if it's any indication, did take the win, 38-21 for Woodward, so good to see there.
I don't know if you heard about the half-court shot or the three-quarter court shot.
I did not.
Reese Durkee knocked down apparently a three-quarter court. According to Caden, it was from the opposite free throw line.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was truly from the opposite free throw line, but it sounded like it was at least half-court. Reese knocked it down right before we walked in. Because I heard the crowd right before we walked in, it kind of erupted when we walked in at halftime. So I think it was literally right before we walked in. But
jeez,
maybe that'll carry over to the rest of the season, and the boys are going to shock the world.
Hey, you never know. Yeah,
shock the world when they play Weatherford.
That would be a lot of fun for sure. Well, looking at the boys' side of things, you know, goodness, I mean, what more can we say? 11 straight wins after that homecoming victory, and it took, I guess, getting the festivities out of the way. I don't know what it was. They were in a funk of that first half against Garden City. Only had a 4-point lead, and then they just absolutely tore them up in the third quarter, 30-8. You look at the end of the third, and it's 60-34, and it was just a whirlwind. You know, it felt like they were sloppy the first half. Things weren't going well, and then at the end of the game, you look at it, 72-48. We keep talking about the growth of this team. Last year's team, they probably don't come out and have that quarter.
No, they probably fully lay down. I mean, I think last year's team, they probably would have kind of chalked that up as, oh, we don't have it tonight, let's move on. You know, in this year's team, they are going out every night. They're expecting to win. And, you know, I think I mentioned this the other night where maybe that kind of that extended halftime that we got, you know, with all the festivities. And we saw Coach Uribe come out, you know, trying to get his kids off the platform from the pictures as quick as possible. But, you know, that extended break may have been what the Boomers needed to kind of reset themselves and, you know, reset themselves to go out there, kind of come out on fire. And then, you know, kind of the opposite where Garden City was, you know, maybe kind of threw them off a little bit and, you know, took them out of the, I don't want to say they were in a rhythm because they weren't in the rhythm. You know, they were sloppy as well, but, you know, kind of took them out of their confidence, I guess. And, and the Boomer boys ran away with it. I think, you know, easily. I think if they played well in the first half, and we talked about multiple times this year, that's a triple-digit game.
Yeah, I had a couple
you know,
of those like that.
If they have the full game.
Well, and you look at the performances there, man, Caden Gaines. I mean, he was a little off in the first half, but boy, he finished strong. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals is what they had him for. He was all over the place. Carter Reed, Gage Hutchins doing their thing, 10 points apiece. But it was just another one where, you know, that pressure, when it gets cranked up and gets rolling and gets teams flustered, it is special to watch at times.
Yeah, and it's whenever we control the tempo, you know, and not fall into their tempo. Because I think that's some of what we saw in the first half against Garden City, where Garden City was playing so really not controlled.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't playing controlled. We kind of fell into that mix of not playing controlled basketball. You know, but once the Boomers were able to kind of set the tone and get everything the way they want it, you know, they you know, get the fast break, you get the basket, you get quickly set up in your, you know, really it's a kind of a three-quarter court to full court depending on the situation. You know, get set up in that as quickly as possible, you know, and it just starts snowballing on the opponents.
That it did for sure, and boy, it was a lot of fun. They'll try to go for 12 straight tonight. Of course, you got the rematch of the Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship game. That was one where, you know, Kingfisher, looking at them on the boys' side, we talked about how good their girls have been. Their boys have started to really kind of turn the corner as well. When they were coming into that tournament final, it was one where
I'm scared this is going to collapse on us, Tyler. It's kind of
Me and sitting up at table sometimes not always the best. I think it's fine. If it collapses, I can blame you, and there's no workers' comp. I'm sorry about that. For injuries that occurred.
Going on here?
Hey, we got it a little slanted, but that's okay. It's fine. It's no biggie. It's no biggie, I promise. But anyways, looking at the Kingfisher boys, they were a little up and down when they were coming into that Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship game, and they've continued, a good stride. 13-8, they enter this one on the season. They're 3-1 since they lost to Woodward in that championship game. Wins over Cash, Cassidy, and Clinton, so beating the C's, if you will. Did not beat Weatherford. Lost 70-49 in that contest a week ago. That's not atypical when you face Weatherford. You're just going to have those type of gains on the boys' side. Good athletes, though. Hayes White popped out against Woodward pretty well. He had 24 points, really kept them in that. Here's the important thing for this Kingfisher boys team. Started the year 6-5. Had stretches where they looked great. Had stretches where they were a little, not so good. But they're 8-3 since. And, I don't say you don't count the loss against Weatherford, but you kind of have to throw that game out as we do with our boys. They started to play good basketball. They're confident. We saw that in the Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship.
Yeah, I think, we were in the hospitality room at the tournament listening to the coaches talk and things like that. And, they've got a coaching staff who is a very confident coaching staff. They've got some swagger. They kind of carry themselves with a lot of confidence, and I think that carries over to their players. As far as they know that, hey, the history is there. The culture is there. It's just when we're struggling, we got to fight through it. Last year was kind of a rebuilding year. They kind of started out the same way, kind of almost like the Boomers. Boomers went through that. And, kind of the building stretch last year. Early on this year, there was a couple games where, there's a couple games where we won that maybe we shouldn't have won, and then there were some games that we could have won, and Darkover won, we could have won, we weren't able to pull it out. I think we pull that game out now if we play it out. And Kingfisher's kind of going through that too, where they've kind of grown into that, hey, we know we can go in there and win. We know we can fight, and so I think, I do think the Boomers, as far as skill-wise, up and down, are a better team than Kingfisher. But Kingfisher's definitely in that category now of, hey, we're going to go out there and, get the job done.
It's going to be a good atmosphere tonight for both games, but for the boys, they're going to want some revenge, no doubt about it. Got a little over 10 minutes or so before we get underway with their national anthem started lineup and opening tip. So let's step aside for a quick break, and on the other side, we'll talk a little bit about districts ahead. Of course, that was announced Friday. We touched on that. And then talk a little bit about the area district stuff that's up as well. A and B getting in full swing with their district tournaments this weekend. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Western Oklahoma, we've been a cornerstone of the community since 1908. Being locally owned and operated, we understand the values and the culture that define Western Oklahoma. From supporting local farmers to helping small businesses thrive, we take pride in offering personalized banking solutions that reflect our deep understanding of Western Oklahoma. Discover the difference of a bank that's been by your side for generations. Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And back in Kingfisher, let's get prepared for the opening contest of the night. Both teams on the floor getting their shots up, but let's look, of course, at those district assignments we talked about last week for 4A Area 1. The Boomers, of course, will be on the road against Elk City. That'll be the second time in 3 years they faced them. Did claim district championship on the boys' side the last time up there. The girls fell a little short, but turned around, had a pretty solid run out of that. The time and date, the bracket, if you will, should be announced, if not tomorrow, by Thursday. It's kind of usually coming out around that time, so we may be able to cover it on the coaching show tomorrow night. If not, we'll get you updated, of course, on Boomer Socials, Boomer social media accounts.
Why are you pointing at me?
Well, because you kind of operate.
Because I am the one who does that?
Yeah, I don't operate. That's you. So whether it be on Facebook or X, you can find those. Once they get announced, we'll have those out for your date and time. And then regional main site right here in Kingfisher for Area 1. So good chance we'll be right back here in a couple of weeks at the sub-site for that would be Weatherford. So you may get a day where you're out at Weatherford and then turn around and come up to Kingfisher the next, depending on how that works out. So that'll be interesting, of course. And then your area site, should the Boomers push on the area, would be Stroud. So that's how it's set up. We've got a pretty interesting region, 4 regions. See who's able to merge for that. Of course, 2A, A-B get underway this weekend as far as their district tournaments. So looking at, especially at A and B, of course, a lot of are closer to Woodward schools, if you will, not the full Northwest Oklahoma slate. So just looking at some of those schools a little bit closer to Woodward. Class A girls, you got Moreland facing the winner of Greenwood and Drummond. That'd be Saturday the 15th at 6 in Drummond. Sealing will take on the winner Pond Creek Hunter Laverne on Saturday night at Sealing. Laverne will face Pond Creek Hunter Friday night at Sealing. That'll be 6 o'clock on those games. At 6, Fargo Gage Ford Supply takes on Texoma Friday night in Turpin. That's where their district's at. And then Shattuck goes to Canute to face Rapid Butler Friday night. Class B girls by side taking on Sharon Mutual Friday night at Timberlake High School. Nets will take on Philip Warnborough. They're playing on Thursday in Beaver, so that one a little earlier, playing Thursday night at 6 o'clock in Beaver. And then Kent awaits the winner of the Winoka Sentinel. We might have to go check that out since we don't have the game Friday.
I will be there, whether you are or not.
I might slide down there for that. That'd be an interesting game.
Go support the Rails and Lady Rails.
Yes, that'd be Friday night at 6 again. Kent on the Class A boys side, you got Sealing Pond Creek Hunter Friday night. Sealing, Laverne, they get a bye. They await winner of that Sealing Pond Creek Hunter game Saturday night about 7:30 in Sealing. Moreland faces Greenwood Friday at 4:30. Playing that one a little earlier for whatever reason. That would be Drummond, of course. Again, Shattuck, Rapid Butler on the boys side in Canute Friday night. Fargo Gage Ford Supply Texoma. That one taking place Friday night in Turpin. We'll wrap up with Class B, the boys, my side, Sharon Mutual, Friday night at Timberlake High School, 7:30. Barnett, Tyrone, Friday night. That one played at 6 in Beaver, so a little earlier compared to the rest of the boys' game. And then Canton, Winoka, Friday night for the boys in Canton at 7:30. So should be a good slate. Should be interesting to see how those turn out. Of course, we'll follow on some of those as we go through the playoffs. But Eric, as we get down to the few minutes before we get to that national anthem opening tip for the girls tonight, what's the big keys? You had the edge on in that first half, like we mentioned. You could contain the other pieces around Reagan Snyder in that second half, though. I feel like Woodward comes in here with maybe a little bit better confidence offensively. Is that the big factor? What is it in your mind?
Well, I think it's just, you kind of try to feed off what you did Friday night on the offensive side of the floor. The confidence that you build, but you also, you got to still focus on what you did well in that Kingfisher game. Maybe you put a tad too much focus on Snyder, and that allows some other girls to step up. Do you come off of her just a little bit to kind of make up for it in other areas, or but again, offensively, in that game, the Boomers just did not have anything going offensively. And so you got to come out and just play with confidence, not get wrapped up in it, because Kingfisher's good defense. You know that they're going to bring pressure. They're going to do everything they can to trap you on the inbound, to get you trapped as quickly as possible. So just be patient. Make good passes. Get your breast break working well. Get the ball down the floor, and just go out there and just do work and. Kind of trust the game plan the coaches put before you.
So you're saying don't get too excited that you're playing number 5, right? We've talked about that through football season and other sports where sometimes you got to ignore the name on that other jersey you're going against and play your game.
To me, you've already shown that, hey, you can disrupt this team. You really only did it in a half, but you've shown that you can disrupt the team when you're struggling as well. So say, hey, I don't care what their record is. I don't care what their ranking is. We know what we can do, whenever we execute. So let's just go out there and execute.
There's going to be wearing the blue and black uniforms like Kingfisher and that white and gold uniform should you be watching the TV screen. Great Plains Bank, heritage, trust, respect. Those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. Deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with communities, each of their customers live and work. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main Street in Woodward, 580-256-7045. R5 customer boarding. When you work with R5, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed expectations. Go chat with your screen purchase about customized apparel. 817 Main Street in Woodward, or 580-256-3579, and Western Drug. 1021 Oklahoma Avenue in Woodward. They've got a friendly, caring staff and a drive-through window that is awfully convenient. Always excellent service as well. 580-256-5586. Western Drug R5, Compass Athletics, and Great Plains Bank. Powering your sports this season. You know, looking ahead a little bit to some of the other sports, baseball around the corner. I know you're excited about that, not just on the high school level, but the pro side. Finally done with the NFL. It's
baseball season now.
It's baseball season. Soccer gets started up. Chris Godwin and crew. Amy Providence as well for the boys and girls. Get some scrimmages, some practices going. So that'll be fun. Those programs are always very solid in what they do. And you know, we talked about leading into the Super Bowl, but we've got a Super Bowl champion now.
Yes,
on the Boomer side with Grayson Johnson. Don't want to forget to mention that. That is amazing.
It's awesome. We got, you know, and just the fact, like, we got pro Boomers out there.
Yeah.
You know, between her and we have a Thunder girl. I can't think of her name right now. I never can remember. You know, but just the fact that, you know, we've got kids excelling. You know, we knew that they excelled as far as the Boomer dance team and all that kind of stuff. You know, whether they're getting the job done, you know, at the highest level. And it's really cool to see. You know, and just getting to experience that and knowing that, hey, there was one of our own standing on the sideline, you know, Sunday night, you know.
Here we go. The DAC wagon guys. He got us taken care of. Zoe Taylor.
There we go.
Zoe Taylor.
We knew he would know.
Of course, Dakota. He knows, man. He knows those little kids. So shout out to Dakota on that.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Oh, man. Both teams get to the sideline. Coaches having their discussions, their final discussions, if you will. Taylor Young, Lacey Moore talked up near center court. Coach Young been very, very solid. Her time at Kingfisher, we touched on that during the Buckle of the Wheat Belt tournament. Has got these girls, you know, they were already really good, but it seems like they have hit another level under Coach Taylor Young. Oh, man. We'll have the Kingfisher band kind of to us. It's weird acoustics up here with that. You know, you pointed out during the Buckle of the Wheat Belt tournament, it definitely comes at you a little bit more. Yeah. Not quite Alva when we're right next to it, but it comes at you.
Oh, and it's kind of an interesting setup too, because when you're sitting up here at the top, here in Kingfisher, you have the ceiling like right on top of you.
Yeah.
It's kind of stretched out. It's an interesting view.
All right, let's turn it over for the national anthem and starting lines. times national anthem. And for Kingfisher, the same starting lineup we saw in that Buckle of the Wheat Belt tournament semifinal. Maddie Slizicki, Abby Myers, Hadley Friesen, Reese Ruth, and Reagan Snyder. For the Boomers, their usual starting five: Taylor Floyd, Lexi Mendel, Kaylee Mills, Bradley Douglas Fisher, and Bailey Nelson. The five, the Boomers again wearing the road black uniforms, black tops, white bottoms, gold trimming down the side, white numbers and text trim. It's gold. Kingfisher with the home white uniforms, white tops, white bottoms, some blue navy trimming, if you will, as well as numbers and text. The Lady Jackets, Boomers going left to right in the first half. In front of us, we're opposite the scorers table. Up top, Kingfisher going right to left. Douglas Fisher going against Snyder for the tip. 8 minutes on the clock. Everybody ready here at the Hive. There's a whistle, and we're underway in Kingfisher as the Lady Jackets do win the tip. Controlled in the backcourt by Slizicki. She'll move back to the bench. Now taken across half court. Picked up by Taylor Floyd. Left wing, they work it over to Friesen. Free throw line. Vita Myers dumping it into Snyder, trying to get going early, and she does with the first basket. Some traffic around her in front of the rim, and she nails it. So Kingfisher with the early lead. Now the pressure on, almost a steal from the Lady Jackets. Reese Ruth able to knock it out. This is a common theme we saw last time. We were struggling early with that full court pressure.
Yeah, we've seen them throughout the year struggle a little bit with that pressure, but Kingfisher just brings a little bit more than we've seen.
Boomers able to break it this time as Floyd on the right wing takes it from Douglas Fisher. Floyd has to pick up her dribble, bounces it to Mills on the baseline. Top the key, Douglas Fisher looking to attack, crosses up, almost runs into the middle, has to get back out to her up top. She's guarded tightly by Slizicki, loses the ball momentarily. Slizicki still on her, the pass to Mills, batted away, stolen by Snyder. She'll race the other way for Kingfisher, down to the paint. Mills catches up with her, but they say a foul as Snyder able to power through and put it up. Shot was off the mark. And they do get Riley Douglas Fisher on the foul, not Mills. So they send Snyder to the line for 2 free throws. That's the first one. Rails around and goes home. So she's got all 3 points in this game so far. And the second free throw goes down as well. Reagan Snyder with 4 to begin things. It is a 4-0 lead Kingfisher. 6:55 first quarter. Boomers break the press the other way. An easy layup for Bailey Nelson that time. Passed by the Boomers as they're able to get on the board. Nelson leaking out on the backside. As Kingfisher will push ahead to Ruth in the left corner. On the wing. Goes to Myers, working back up top to Slizicki. Kingfisher logo on the dribble. Now just going to step up in the paint. Everybody picked her up. Down Snyder, one power dribble, and gets it up and in from the left baseline. Snyder has already tripled her production the first few minutes than what she had in the last matchup.
Yeah, she definitely knew that she's going to have to take it at the Boomers to kind of make a difference. That's exactly what she's doing.
Another leak out for Nelson on the shot. Too strong as the defense caught up with her. Kingfisher with the board. Snyder pushed the other way into the right corner. It's poked out of bounds off the Boomers. And it's really got in there to break up the attack. That's the inbound for Kingfisher as Maya Haney checks in early, the sophomore. They inbound it beneath the right block on the baseline, goes up top to Myers, who's picked up by Douglas Fisher. Trying to put it down to Snyder on the baseline, and pass batted away out of bounds by the Boomers. As Kingfisher on the possession still. 6 minutes first quarter is a lead 6-2. And knocked out of bounds again. Boomers will stay on defense. Is that one going to be inbounded in front of the Kingfisher, or the Boomer bench by Kingfisher. It's Friesen. Top of the key, goes right wing. Dumps it down. Snyder trying to work inside yet again and gets it to go from the right side this time. She's got 8 points, all 8 for Kingfisher. And then they get a foul in the backcourt on Kingfisher, trying to guard on the inbounds. And we'll get Myers for her first. Okay, first team foul.
I probably missed some stats, but we got it.
We were trying to fix a little issue on the board there. Turnover for the Boomers. Snyder able to get it. feeds ahead to Myers, misses her first chance, but cleans up for the second one. And Myers is the first scorer that's not Reagan Snyder, and the Boomers trail 10-2 with 5:33 left in the first quarter, and a timeout taken for the Boomers to talk it over a little bit with Coach Moore. Sealy State Bank now at the branch in Woodward, the new location, 2314 Williams Avenue. Sealy State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and much more. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. M&D and Sealy State Bank powering Boomer sports this season. So Eric, Boomers struggling early like they did last time. The good news is they were able to get out of this funk the last time and pull back to a halftime lead, but they're going to have to get it going early.
Yeah, they are. And it doesn't look like they're going out with a lot of confidence like we need them to. But they need to do more stuff like this, break the press, and see if they can.
And
they get that confidence.
Indeed. Mendel to Douglas Fisher for an easy layup, breaking out of that press. Floyd on the connecting pass before that. Boomers come up with the basket, trail 10-4 now, trying to affect Snyder defensively as Mendel steps in front of her on a pass, knocks it out of bounds.
It also feels like defensively we overall just hadn't been playing as well as we did that first. So we were just not moving to the ball quite as quick. So.
And now for Kingfisher working in the paint to Myers, top the key to Friesen. Right wing, Suzuki turns, drives, kicks in the corner. Haney for three left side. That bounces out. Rebound fought for, and it's last touched by Kingfisher. And the Boomers will get it back. That was a key part of the first half last time. Force those shots. Make Kingfisher stay out of the paint. And now on the inbounds, Mendel, Floyd trying to work it ahead. They get it to Douglas Fisher across the timeline. Pitch back to Mendel, left wing. She'll drive, saw the open lane, shot a bit off. Mills trying to get the board underneath, surrounded by a host of Lady Jackets, and then a foul called underneath. Good job by Mills to stay strong.
Well, that's one thing that, Lexi really didn't do very much in that first half last time we were here was attack the basket. She started to kind of late third quarter, fourth quarter, but, by that point everybody else was kind of tired and kind of fell into the hole too much. But, we need Lexi and Briley as well to really attack here early.
10-4, Boomers trail, 4:45 first quarter. Pass almost stolen away. Boomers keep the possession as it works back to Mendel, top of the key. It's guarded by Haney. Gets a high screen from Mills. Didn't quite use it, and then, whoa, Mendel just...
Yeah, I think it might have slipped out of her hand.
Yeah, got a little too ahead of herself on that pass, and sure enough, definitely slipped out. Because it was just kind of awkward off her hands. So an unforced error there. It gives it back to the Lady Jackets. They lead 10-4, down to 4:25 first quarter. To Roof in the left corner, down to Snyder underneath, and just let Mendel go over the top of her. Snyder with the combating. She's got 10 in this first quarter. Boomers, though, trying to break the press the other way. Mills gets down low, but poked at from Haney from behind. She's able to save it. Ultimately, though, it rolls out of bounds. Stays with the Boomers. So breaking the press a few times, but unable to capitalize on those easy opportunities. Part of that good recovery from Kingfisher. As it's Floyd inbounding from the sideline, deep corner. We'll work it up top to Nelson. Back over to Floyd, left wing. Tees up the shot, hits the three, and the foul for Taylor Floyd.
Yeah, honestly, the shot itself too. I didn't think that was.
It's a little flat, but it went in.
A little flat. I don't know. Maybe somebody got a piece of it. Like when she got a piece of it right before she got fouled, But then the momentum carried her into her and drew the foul.
And it's the second on Abby Myers. Third of the quarter for Kingfisher. Floyd at the free throw line, off the mark. Rebound taken by the Lady Jackets underneath as it's handed off to Suzuki, who will begin the offense. She gets across timeline. Here at top of the key at the logo of Kingfisher. Over to Haney, back to Suzuki. Kick in the corner to Roof. Boomers playing that zone. Trying to keep things out of the paint. Reagan Snyder already impactful early with 10 points to get it to her. Right elbow just below it. She'll pull up for the jumper off the back iron. Rebound taken by Mendel. And breaks the ankles of Haney on a crossover. Across the timeline, corner. Floyd tees up another three. This one well short, but the rebound on the backside by Nelson. She draws the foul on the putback. Shot off the mark. Job by Nelson to be in the right spot. And they'll get Adelie Friesen for her second foul, so it's two Kingfisher players with two fouls. Myers and Friesen. Nelson to the line. First free throw, hits the front, hits the back, and falls. She's got 3 and the Boomer 8. Boomers trail by 4, 12-8 after being down 10-2 early.
Kind of going with the same formula that we had in the tournament. We just hope that second half doesn't go the same.
That's right. Second free throw for Nelson, nothing but net. So she makes both, has 4 points, lead the Boomers right now. They trail by just 3, 12-9. It's Kingfisher out of their way with 3:25 first quarter. As I continue to test our rickety table.
It's leaning a little bit more. You might be careful there.
I'll stay off of it. Pass in the backcourt by Kingfisher, an error, as it's going to be backcourt violation. So the Boomers, with a little bit of pressure, not a whole lot, able to force a Kingfisher mistake. And now Coach Young says, I don't like that. Wants to talk about things quickly with her Lady Jackets. Oh, no, it was the Boomers, was it?
Yeah, there was a Boomer timeout.
It was. Apologies. Trying to give Coach Young a timeout that was not. Smith & Co. Auction and Real League, Oklahoma's real estate and land auctions expert. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your lands auctions and real estate needs. Call 580-254-3975 or email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. And Eric Scott's taking victory laps. He fixed the table.
I'm done, man. I fixed audio. I fixed the table.
He's fixed all the problems tonight.
You're welcome. I need a raise.
See? Well, I'm not the decision maker on that.
Is the boss listening?
I can put in a good word for you, but that's about all I can do.
Is the boss listening? Because I need a raise. I need a producer.
Oh,
producer credit.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh man, out of the timeout. It is Woodward trailing 12-9, 3:18 left in the first quarter. They've got the possession as it's Bindle taking it on the high right wing. Trying to cross up now on Suzuki. Top of the key, she pickpockets her. Suzuki the other way, all by herself for the layup, and good. Mendel one too many crossovers there as Suzuki took it away from her. 14-9, Boomers trail by 5. Get it across the timeline to Mendel, left side in the corner. Nelson tees up the long 2. Well off, but Floyd flies in for the second chance. That's off the mark, off good defense. Now it's loose on the ground, and they say jump ball. Maybe a bit of a break there for Woodward as the possession arrow keeps it. Looked like Snyder had it clean.
Yeah, good job by Bailey, though, to stay with it and keep fighting for it and get her hands on the ball for the tie-up.
14-9, Boomers trail, trying to cut into that with 2:50 in the first quarter. Floyd trying to inbound to Mills, batted out of bounds by Roof, who's defending the inbounds. So another chance again, this time left side of the baseline in between the block, 3-point line. Floyd gets it into middle, left wing. Guarded tightly again by Suzuki. She runs into Mills' screen. Kicks over to Nelson. Bounces down at the paint to Douglas Fisher. Double team. Doesn't matter. Douglas Fisher powers it up and home. 4 points for Briley. As Boomers cut it back to 3, 14-11. Kingfisher ahead to Roof. Left side. Bounces at Snyder baseline. Guarded tightly by Mills. Tough drive, but a miss by Snyder. Pokes out the rebound, though, to Suzuki. And then that was Nelson trying to race out and grab it. She falls to the floor. They kick it to Roof. Left wing, top the key back to Suzuki, resets. And now, what do we got? 3 in the lane on Kingfisher. Snyder may be stuck down there too long. So an unforced error.
That was actually going to be
Ella Hartman, the freshman?
Yes.
Okay, so you got
Just
Hartman.
kind of got caught right there in the corner. Sometimes it's hard to kind of lose the fact that she didn't step out.
And on the inbounds, the Boomers turn it over. Roof trying to drive, and they say she traveled. Boomers turn around, good defense, despite the turnover. So about like the first half, we saw a little bit more scoring. We're approaching what was the halftime score here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the Boomers, overall are playing much better than they did that first time around.
And as we say that, yeah, a strip and a steal there. Snyder gets in the paint, pulls up for the little jumper, and it rolls in. She's got 12, has been the big difference so far for Kingfisher in this first quarter. 16-11, Boomers trail by 5 again. As Mendel double team in the backcourt, trying to throw it ahead to Douglas Fisher, and Haney steps in front, knocks it out of bounds as Douglas Fisher goes to the floor. It's knocked into the Kingfisher bench as it'll be the inbounds for Taylor Floyd between the bench and the scorer's table. Able to throw it in the backcourt to Mendel. Will be guarded there at the timeline by Suzuki, right wing to Nelson. She's picked up by the long freshman Hartman. Baseline, Mills trying to work her way in. Got a good look, but way too strong on the shot. Uncharacteristic there. Now she's battling for the rebound. Able to go on the floor with his Kingfisher. Eventually, Mendel comes up with it to Floyd for the layup. Wow, good job by Kaylee Mills battling with Jancy Matthews, the junior, and was able to free it up to Mendel to rip it away.
Yeah. That was kind of one of the most unusual offensive rebounds you'll see.
No doubt. Kingfisher out of the way. It's Matthews getting the open look left baseline. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound. Haney able to save it right to, Suzuki saves it to Haney. And then she gets tied up with Taylor Floyd for a jump ball possession, or keeps it with Kingfisher. So Boomers trying to hang tough as they trail 16-13. Minute 8 left first quarter against number 5 and 4A Kingfisher. It's Hartman inbounding the backcourt to Suzuki. She'll have it top of the key, left wing. Dribbles it over to Haney in the corner. Swings up to Matthews. Straight ahead, she'll turn, she'll drive. Blocked by Mills on the shot. It goes right down to Snyder. She's triple teamed. They find Hartman in the paint. Her shot rattles around and falls. Good defense on the shot, but it fell anyways. So Ella Hartman with her first points makes the 5-point game again, 18-13. 40 seconds left of the first quarter. Boomers trailing with possession. Middle gets it left corner for 3. That's off the side of the rim. Mills there for the rebound, trying to put it back up right side. Her shot again a little too strong. It's working hard, just can't find it.
I think she caught herself kind of falling forward and, almost to travel, but she just kind of threw it up to make sure she didn't, get the turnover. Unfortunately, it just wasn't any close.
So it's Suzuki at the Kingfisher logo with 15 seconds left in this first quarter, trying to hold for the final shot. Goes left wing to Snyder. Top key up to Matthews. Back to Suzuki, right wing with 7. Down to Snyder with 6. Hangs for the layup and in. Reagan Snyder with a big first quarter. She's got 14 of the 20 and with .8. A foul on Kingfisher in the backcourt. This big because that's the 5th on the Lady Jackets. It'll send the Boomers to the line to end the first quarter. Suzuki picks up her first. That'll be Floyd.
60 feet away from the basket.
Wow.
You foul and go into the bonus point in seconds.
That's going to drive Coach Young crazy. First free throw for Taylor up and good. The definition of free throws right here with
yes.
.8 left on the clock. Goodness. Second free throw for Taylor up. That one rattles and does fall. She makes both. Floyd has got 7. The Boomers trail by 5, 20-15. Inbound, Snyder gets it off, but it is short of the goal. And that's how we end the first quarter as the Boomers trail 20-15 after 1. We'll step aside for a break. We're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipelanes Tire.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests, all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
Back to Boomer Basketball as we're ready for the second quarter between the Boomers and the Lady Jackets. Boomers got those big 2 free throws at the end of the quarter. They now start with the ball to begin the second. Nelson gets underneath on a pass from Douglas Spencer. Can't finish, so on the left side of the basket, Kingfisher with the board.
Yeah, those are the kind of baskets you gotta be able to finish if you're going to be able to beat the number 5 team in the state.
That's right. Baseline, it's Matthews double team for Kingfisher out to Hartman on the left wing. Zips inside Suzuki. She works deep, too deep. She put it under the basket on the shot. Boomers come away with the rebound as it's passed up to Floyd. She'll go across timeline, left wing. Douglas Fisher on the dribble. Over to Mendel, trying to zip it inside to Colt. Defended by Matthews. She pokes it, steals it, races ahead. Down the right side, her shot, though, affected. Blocked, able to get it back. I guess they say blocked. Out to Hartman for 3 left corner. Too strong. And racing forward is Matthews, who extends the possession for Kingfisher. 7:05, second quarter. Kingfisher leads 20-15 over the Boomers. Top key, it's Haney on the dribbles. Boomers in that zone, trying to keep things out. They'll work it over to Suzuki right side. In the corner, Haney. Down to Snyder. Triple teamed immediately. Back out. Hartman swings at Suzuki. Reset into Snyder. Double team there. Her turnaround shot. Good off the glass. And a foul. 16 points for Reagan Snyder in this first half.
Yeah, she's basically said, I'm not going to let Woodward embarrass me like they did the last time they were here. She's making up for it tonight.
And the foul was on Bailey Nelson, her first. Snyder again held to just 2 points in that first matchup with the Boomers. She's a 1,000-plus point scorer in her career. It's been phenomenal for the Lady Jackets. The free throw, though, missed, and boy, Briley Douglas Fisher couldn't pull down the rebound, bounced off of her. Just for whatever reason, mistimed it, and it goes to Kingfisher. So a chance to get more points. So we got the running kids back.
Oh, my gosh.
That was, I know, one of your favorite things of regionals. Or,
forget, we got to come here for
yeah. Inbound. They work it down to Snyder in the paint again, and she finishes again in front of the basket off the glass. 18 for Snyder in this first half. 24-15, Boomers trail by 9 after essentially the 4-point play for Kingfisher. Top the key, it's Nelson. Goes it over to Mendel, feeds it to her. She'll work it back up top. Guarded by Haney, trying to cross her over. Kicks in the corner. Douglas Fisher wants to attack the baseline. Her shot blocked by Hartman, and that rebounded by Suzuki. She feeds to Hartman, back to Suzuki, ahead to Snyder, working on Culp one-on-one, and they let her, excuse me, that was Floyd, and Snyder lets Floyd and Douglas Fisher blow by her for another easy lay-in. She's got 20 of the 26 for Kingfisher. So now lead by 11 with 5:50 left in the half. It's Mendel, top the key, looking to drive, kicks to Nelson left wing. She'll turn, get in to blow the free throw line. Her pass stolen away, intended from Floyd. There's Roof on the steal, and then a foul on the Boomers the other way as Nelson and Floyd closed in. As they'll get Nelson for the second foul. So that's the second of the quarter for the Boomers as well, with 5:39 left in the half, trailing by 11, 26-15. Trying to find a spark here against Kingfisher as it's Suzuki taking the inbound. Left wing to Roof. Bounces down Snyder on the baseline. She works it back out. Gets into the paint, has to kick it out. They work it up top to Hartman. Suzuki takes it right wing. Down to Snyder on the baseline, working on Culp. Sees the triple team in a bad spot and throws it off Nelson, who raced in to try and get the steal as the pass was going out.
Yeah, it was kind of
Suzuki.
Bad play. Wrong place at the wrong time there for Bailey to shoot. Just happened to run right into the pass.
As B. Roof inbounding between the block and three-point line out to Suzuki for 3, and she nails it from the right side. 29-15 advantage now for Kingfisher. They've picked it up. 11-2 run the last 3 minutes for them. 5 minutes left in the half. It's Nelson, left wing for the Boomers. To the corner to Floyd. Back out to Douglas Fisher on the wing. Dumping it to Culp. She's outside the elbow, left side. And trying to drive, and they get a block. And so it'll send Kaylin Culp to the free throw line. And the second on Maddie Suzuki in terms of fouls. So you read me down there trying to identify us?
I sent him a picture of himself on Snap.
Good. First free throw from Culp falls. The first point of the game. Boomers trying to claw back from this 29-16 deficit. Second free throw for Culp. That one good as well. Nothing but that.
Keep checking my phone to see if we have a message of no school tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. Impending weather. Not a horrible storm or anything, but just maybe enough to affect school.
Yeah.
As it's
It'll be gross out there.
Be not fun for a minute, at least. Hartman working it right side, down on the free throw line. They get it to Matthews, who's trying to get it to Tatum Walker, and she loses the handle of the pass. It goes out of bounds off of Kingfisher. So the Boomers generate a turnover, trying to cut it back to 10. 4:30 left in the half as they trail 29-17.
I was about to say, now that Snyder's off the floor, Boomers didn't try to take advantage of it. And about the time I started to get that out of my mouth, she stood up and walked over to the table.
In the block, it's Culp, nearly double teamed. Ooh, they call her for a trap. She was pivoting around, looking to pass. Snyder does quickly check back in after a short breather. Does take out Walker. So Kingfisher possession. Hartman the inbounder on the baseline. Gets it into Roof. Boomers with some pressure. Middle on her. Roof able to get it near the timeline, and then she traveled with it before she passed it ahead. So the Boomers able to force a turnover there.
Unfortunately, the Boomers, that's kind of one of those you don't want the call to come because
Middle was going to steal.
She had the steal, about to have a little bit of a fast break, but the call kind of stopped any kind of momentum she had.
It was the right call. There was a travel
it
well
was.
before the pass. As it be Middle in the backcourt, taking it. Left wing to Douglas Fisher, trying to dump it down to Mills. She's guarded tightly, though, by Haney. As go back up top to Douglas Fisher. 3:59 left and a half. Boomers trail 29-17. Douglas Fisher gets a high screen looking to drive. Kicks it back out to Middle on the wing. Top key, step back three. That is blocked by Hartman. And out, rebounded underneath by Haney. Her pass knocked out of bounds. Intended for Matthews, but knocked out of bounds by the Boomers. And Hartman stepped out, the freshman.
Yeah, Hartman's got long. I mean, she's
listed
just long.
at 5'10", but when you factor in the arms, it's like having somebody at 6'2" out there.
Yeah, she's got some. She definitely has the wingspan. That definitely caused that block to happen just because she's so long.
So it's Kingfisher with it. Suzuki standing at the Yellow Jacket logo. Getting the play set up. Guarded by Middle. Right side to Myers. Back up to Suzuki. Over left wing to Haney. Backdoor cut by Myers. The pass by Haney to Myers. Good. And a basket by Myers. She's got 4. 31-17 Boomers trail with 3:10 left in the half. It's Middle across the timeline. Trying to attack on Suzuki. Gets in the paint. Scoop layup from the left side. Too strong. Rebound gets poked out. Who's off of? And it looks like it'll stay with the Boomers. They say Kingfisher the last touch. Hardman was racing out trying to save it. So it'll be inbound on the near sideline by Middle in the deep corner. She'll get out to Floyd on the wing. Bounces it to Colt in the paint. One power dribble. A pull-up shot and nothing but net for Caitlin Colt. She's got 4. Boomers again trailed by 11. 31-19. Or excuse me, by 12. Can't do math. Right side for Kingfisher. It's Haney trying to bounce it down to Snyder and just kicked out of bounds essentially by the Boomers. Really working Snyder on that baseline. Trying to get her around the rim. Boomers doing their best to deny it. Did so in the first matchup, but Snyder's left her mark in this one so far with 20 points. She'll get on the elbow. Sees a double, now triple team on her. Swinging around. Oh, they call a foul on the Boomers as Snyder goes to the floor. She was swinging elbows. I don't know how the Boomers can foul. So they call the foul on Woodward, the first on Mendel. Third of the quarter for the Boomers. Another inbounds for Kingfisher. It's Hartman kicking in the corner. Suzuki open for 3 left side. That is pure. She's got 8. It's back to a 15-point advantage for Kingfisher. 34-19. 2:25 left in the half. It's Douglas Fisher top the key on the dribble. Look at the pass. Goes to Mendel, left wing high. She's guarded tightly by Myers. Mendel trying to shake her on the dribble. Gets a high screen from Colt. Can't quite shake her. Has to pick up her dribble. Needs somebody to pass it to. Goes up top to Mills. Back to Middle. Cutting into the paint. But the pass just a bit too much for her as it rolls off of her out of bounds on the baseline. Trying to get the give and go. Just didn't work out.
Got the Kingfisher Pep Club getting into the game a little bit.
A little bit. Kind of weak sauce, not going to lie.
Yeah.
But Kingfisher Pep Club. I want to hear some booms.
I don't think you're
Right side to
Thank
Haney.
God.
Right side to Haney for Kingfisher. Top of the key. It is Suzuki. Left wing to Hartman. Back to Suzuki. And a pass batted by Middle, but it does get to Myers. She'll kick it cross court right side to Haney. Just working around that perimeter. Finally to Snyder, who just kicks it right back out. Kingfisher working around that perimeter. Minute 30 left in the half. They lead by 15, 34-19. Top the key, Hartman zips it free throw line to Myers. Trying to dump it down to Snyder. Gets it there, who is working on Mills. Snyder with the basket. She's got 22 of the 36.
That's just tough when Kingfisher plays that patient and move the ball around and really kind of waiting for you to kind of pull yourself out of position to try to overcompensate, and they capitalize on it.
High left wing, gets Culp with it for the Boomers. Top the key to Mills, picked up by Suzuki. Trying to drive on her, cut off right wing, just flips it back to Douglas Fisher with 50 seconds left in the half. Boomers trying to find an answer as they trail 36-19. Middle, top of the key, she'll drive, gets by her defender, puts it home off the glass. Her first basket of the half makes it a 15-point game, 36-21. As Kingfisher takes it back with just over 30 seconds left in the second quarter. As it's Suzuki, left wing to Hartman, just playing a little catch, she'll try to hold. As the clock ticks down to 20 seconds in the half. Hartman dribbles around the top, poked at by Middle, has to pick it up. Down to 15 seconds to Haney, back to Hartman. Right wing Suzuki with 10. Haney takes it back to Hartman with 8, still on the high wing. Free throw line to Myers in the corner. No pass stolen by Bendel. She'll try to race the head, dribbles between the legs, and somebody launches at the buzzer. Ooh, off glass, off rim, almost went from just a little bit past half court. That's how we end the first half. Woodward goes to the locker room trailing against number 5 Kingfisher, 36-21 at the break. We'll step aside. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92, KMZ FM Woodward, and Boomer TV.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
And welcome back to Kingfisher as we're at the half. Boomers trailing 36-21 at the break. Let's take a look at your halftime stats for both teams. Looking at the quarter scoring, it was Kingfisher with the lead after one. 18-11, and then turned around and had an 18-6 second quarter to be able to, 18-13 first quarter, had it a little bit backwards, and then a 18-8 second quarter for the Boomers. So they trail 36-21 at the break as far as scoring. Man, for Kingfisher, it has been one girl, and you said earlier, she wasn't going to be embarrassed again. In her mind today, Reagan Snyder, 22 points, had just 2 in that first matchup against the Boomers. They had done a phenomenal job on her in the first matchup. She made her self felt, if you will, out here in this first half with that 22, just working inside was Snyder. As far as the rest of the scoring for Kingfisher, Maddie Suzuki also stepping up. She had 8 in that first half. They got 4 from Abby Myers, 2 for Ella Hartman. For the Boomers side of it, no double-digit scores. Taylor Floyd was 7 to pace the Boomers, 4 from Bradley Douglas Fisher, Caitlin Culp, and Bailey Nelson, and then 2 for Lacey Mendel in that first half. Eric, I mean, it happens quick, it happens fast, and in a hurry. You give Kingfisher an inch, and they'll take a mile when it comes to those turnovers you mentioned earlier, not capitalizing on some of those easy looks you got early. That's how you get down by 15.
Yeah, one thing that we've seen the Boomers do well defensively a lot, where they're getting into passing lanes and things like that. And, they've only got 1 steal tonight. They've only forced 4.
A lot of deflections, just not steals.
And a lot of them aren't, not getting possession of them overall. There's only been 4 turnovers by Kingfisher. Kingfisher's been a lot more patient on the offensive end of the floor overall. So that's and even though there's been a lot of sloppiness by the Boomers, they've only got 7 turnovers, and for them that's a relatively good game. I mean, part of the Boomers is they're not getting a lot of clean shots. We only saw one 3-pointer, and even that was that Floyd 3-pointer.
The end one.
Yeah, is that Floyd? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the where she was fouled, it was kind of a laser, a line drive, just over the front of the rim. But looking at kind of the other totals, I mean, rebounding wise, Of course, Kingfisher's not missing a lot of shots. There's only been 11 rebounds for both teams. So, you know, there's. You look at it, and it's like on paper, there's a lot of evenness but then there's that one that stands out, and that's Snyder with her 22 points and just the patience overall that Kingfisher's had on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, it's clear the message was, hey, you know, we went and looked back at the film for that first matchup in Woodward for that. I mean, what we saw in that first half last time was essentially hey, if Snyder gets the ball inside that three-point line, you triple, quadruple team, force her to kick it out and make them take threes to beat you. And that worked for the first half. Second half, not so much. Plus, you factor in a slow offensive day by the Boomers. That's how that matchup went. This one is clear. Coach Young and crew got together and said, hey, we're going to get it down to Reagan Snyder and let her go to work. And you mentioned the patience. That's what it is. I mean, Boomers have tried to go with that zone to force Kingfisher to work it around, but got to give credit to everybody on the perimeter there. You know, they're not satisfied with just, okay, we're going to sit and shoot. We're going to get Reagan open down low, and to her credit, she's making the Boomers work. It's constant, whether it's Kaylee Mills, Bradley, Douglas Fisher, whoever, that's Gardner, whichever two girls, they are having to work on that baseline. That's not easy.
Yeah, Kingfisher's doing a much better job moving off the ball, too, as far as, you know, Boomers are having to pay attention to, you know, a lot of moving parts, and it's not just kind of stand at the top, pass it around, try to get it into Snyder, which we saw that a lot more in the tournament. Now she's got, you know, she's got girls cutting, she's got a lot of backdoor looks, things like that. When you've got so much moving, it's forcing the Boomers zone to kind of move with them, and they're not able to react quick enough to whenever they do get the ball to Snyder. Not able to react quick enough, and she's able to convert around the rim.
So those halftime stats and recap, your High Plains Tire. Halftime stats and recap is a High Plains Tire, 2220 Main Street in Woodward. It's where your dollar goes further. Pioneer, unleash tomorrow's potential of Pioneer Fiber Internet and get speed and reliability. Surf, stream, stay connected with Pioneer Fiber. And Just Well Chevrolet powering our scoreboard tonight on Boomer TV. Just Well Chevrolet in Shattuck is where honestly it's not just a word, it's how they drive every deal. Visit justwellchevrolet.com or call them 580-938-2122. Just Well Chevrolet, Pioneer, and High Plains Tire, powering Boomer Sports. It's not fair, Eric, so we're getting refreshments delivered to them. That's okay. All right. I see the upgrades came early for you. So
I like it. I like it.
Well, a few minutes left here in the half. We'll step aside for a quick break, come back with some keys to the second half. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
At Bank of Western Oklahoma, we know what it takes to keep your farm running smoothly. Our experienced lenders understand agriculture and offer competitive loans for real estate, livestock, equipment, and more. We are locally owned and invested in our communities, making decisions that benefit you quickly. Bank of Western Oklahoma, the bank that works as hard as you do. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back in the high, as both teams out getting their shots up. Just going to try to dig out this 36-21 halftime deficit. The opposite of what we saw in the first matchup. Boomers had the slim three-point lead, 17-14. So, Eric, that must mean that the Boomers are going to win the second half this time, right?
So I got Mike and Ike still in my mouth.
Yeah, he's snacking on Mike and Ike's. Anyways.
Supper. Yes, if we kind of look at the last game, I think that just shows that, hey, it's time for the Boomers to come out and make a difference. But unfortunately, looking down the body language right now, you can tell they're a little frustrated. You know, they're kind of, I don't want to say stumped, but you can tell that Snyder's kind of got to them a little bit. I think you just got to come out and stick to the game plan you had originally to start the game. You know, and we saw. They went through a stretch where that worked. So you come out there, you try to make that work again. You get a little bit of momentum, and you can. I mean, it's only a 15-point deficit.
I mean, in
that's 5
basketball, no
possessions.
lead save. Right, yeah.
You know, there's 5 possessions. You get hot at the right time. You go on a run, you know, and win the quarter. You know, don't worry about trying to get on top by the end of the game. Win the quarter. You win the quarter. You cut into that deficit. Then you see what you can do in the fourth.
So you're preaching to them, hey, 1 possession at a time right here, right? Come out, try to string together good possession. Don't worry about that score right now, just good possession.
Exactly. Trust the defense. We've seen it many times this year where the defense can come out and really frustrate a team. We've seen it frustrate this team before. You know, so try to reach back into that bag and kind of say, we know we can do it. Let's go out there and get it done and chip away. And, you know, maybe this is one of those games that people aren't expecting the Boomers to win.
Right.
You know, they're playing the number 5 team in the state. You know, go out there and work hard and, you know, win this game.
Both starting 5s back on the court for each team for Kingfisher, Suzuki, Myers, Friesen, Roof, and Snyder for the Boomers. Excuse me, it's Mendel, Floyd, Douglas Fisher, Nelson, and Mills. The Kingfisher starting with possession to begin the second half as they work left to right in front of us. Opposite the scorer's table, we're up top. B. Myers on the right wing with it. Suzuki top the key, left wing to Roof. Backdoor cut to Myers. Defense there by the Boomers, and the shot missed as it rolls out. Douglas Fisher had the defense. Mills with the board, but then she loses the handle. Then it's stolen away almost by Floyd, and they got a foul? Or no, excuse me, that was Mendel on the defense. They call her for the foul. I thought she had the ball.
Yeah. Good. I think what they're saying is she just kind of dove on the ball.
Oh, excuse me. They did call on Kingfisher. Okay.
It looked like they called it against Mills.
That's what I thought they signaled.
Against Mendel.
They get the third on Myers is what it is. So, yeah, they signaled that way, but hey, we'll take it. So it is Boomer possession. Third foul on Myers to begin the third quarter as the Boomers trail 36-21. In the corner, Floyd trying to pass it inside. Batted and stolen by Myers. She'll work it ahead of Roof, left wing. Snyder in the paint loses the handle momentarily. Gets it back now. Quadruple team has to work it out to Suzuki. She goes to Roof and then resits back up top. 7-10 third quarter. Just underway in the second half. Suzuki, right wing to Friesen. Down in the paint. Myers gets a look. Her shot, though, off from the right side. Rebounded underneath by Mendel. She'll take it down the right side for the Boomers. Stops on the wing, now crosses over on Roof. Trying to get past her to no avail. Roof stout defensively. Down to Mills. Double team in the paint. Kick out. Nelson. Corner for 3 right side. Bounces out, but Douglas Fisher aboard underneath and the putback. 6 for Briley Douglas Fisher. Boomers trail 36-23.
And that shot by Nelson was one of the few good
clean looks the
Boomers have had.
Now the other way, Kingfisher working it down to Snyder on the baseline. She's fouled. She's double teamed. Oh, excuse me. They said I thought she was fouled. I guess she traveled.
I think they may have got her with the travel.
Okay, good deal. Saw it get a little tight. Saw the hand go up. My apologies. We'll take that. Another turnover. Possession at a time, right? Left wing to Nelson for the Boomers. Dribbles up top of the key. Flips it to Mills beside her. She'll try to attack down the right side on Suzuki. Cut off. Hands off to Mendel. Again, trying to cross up on Suzuki. Bounces it down to Douglas Fisher. Guarded by Snyder. Gets by her. Able to put the layup off the glass and in. It's Briley with back-to-back buckets. Boomers down by 11. 36-25. 6 minutes left third quarter. Kingfisher the other way after a couple of misses and turnovers. As Snyder, a nice pass down to Myers who cut on the baseline. Snyder saw the double team coming and found Myers wide open underneath. She's got 6, makes it 38-25. 5:45 third quarter. It's Mendel across the timeline, left wing to Floyd. In the corner, Douglas Fisher. Goes cross court pass to Mills on the right wing. Down the baseline again to Douglas Fisher, working on Snyder. Gets in deep. The shot, though, too strong. Good position. Just a bit too much on the shot. Rebound taken by Kingfisher. They go ahead to Roof, who tries to draw the foul on Floyd. They'll say Floyd poked it out of bounds.
Yeah, good no call. I didn't see Floyd get a piece of it, but I thought that was a good no call as far as, both players were really kind of initiating the contact, and they just kind of let it go.
So they let it play. Kingfisher keeps possession. Inbound Suzuki, corner 3. That one ribs out, is wide open. Rebound underneath, fought 4. Myers had it. Her shot off. Rebound poked out. Mills to the floor trying to get it. Or excuse me, that was Floyd. And then they'll say poked out of bounds finally by Kingfisher as Mills racing over to try to fight for the save.
We've seen some crazy rebounds because technically that's a team rebound. Like, just kind of weird things happen. It'll take forever for a team to get possession.
As is Boomers with it. 5 minutes left third quarter. They trail 38-25. It's middle, top key again, trying to drive on Suzuki, trying to work into Douglas Fisher on the pass. Roof steps in front, steals it away. She'll push ahead for the Lady Jackets down the left side. Stops on the left wing, finds Snyder in the paint. The jumper just below the free throw line, too strong. Roof, though, with the rebound. Her cleanup off the mark. A third chance finally by Myers does go in. She's got 8. It's Kingfisher back up by 15, 40-25 on a timeout. It is a full Great Plains Bank Heritage Trust Respect. Those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with communities in which their customers live and work. Campus Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. Visit them 2024 Main Street in Woodward or 580-256-7045. Campus Athletics, Great Plains Bank, powering Boomer sports this season. Boomers trail 40-25. We're nearing what essentially was the score of the entire game through the third quarter here. So it's been a little bit more of an offensive battle.
Yeah, Boomers need to convert when they have easy looks. There's been a lot of times where, they've been around the basket or, 10 feet out or so, and, they've shot it long. Credit to the Kingfisher defense for causing the Boomers to take some tough shots, but I think if the Boomers can be a little bit more patient, don't try to rush some stuff. Don't try to rush so much. Don't dribble so much. That's one thing I'm seeing a lot tonight is a lot of dribbling that doesn't need to be happening. You get the pass, you stand there. If it's not there, then you attack or do whatever you need to do. But stop dribbling around kind of in the same spot.
Well, and Kingfisher to that point very sticky with that man defense. Give them an opportunity for a steal and a score. They will take it. Boomers out of the timeout with the possession. Delson gets the left wing. That's the free throw line to Douglas Fisher. Up top to middle. She pumps, drives, gets to the paint. Good look, off the glass and in. It's Mendel with her second basket. It's got 4. Boomers out of the timeout with the score. It's Kingfisher the other way. Slizicki left wing to Friesen. Up top to Myers. She'll pump, she'll drive a bit in the corner. Suzuki open for 3, takes it. That one off the top of the backboard and considered out. It made it, but it doesn't count.
I think it may have even got the bar that holds the backboard up. So
take that one off the boards for Suzuki. Boomers take it back with 4 minutes left third quarter, trailing by 13. Mendel's pass intended for Delson, stolen by Roof. Roof the other way, and Delson trying to get back. Fowler trying to get up to defend the shot. Roof, we know her from the Weatherford days, very tough. Good athlete. As Nelson gets her third foul of the game. First of the quarter for Woodward. First free throw for Roof rattles in. It's her first point of the game. Kingfisher on top, 41-27. As Roof looking for the second free throw, that one's up and good as well.
Roof is on fire.
Oh, gosh. You're saying the ceiling is the roof?
Do what?
Michael Jordan quote, the ceiling is the roof?
No, I'm just thinking of a song from the 90s that you're too young for.
I wasn't even alive, Duncan. Boomers back the other way, trailing 42-27. Nelson takes pass right side, gets open for a mid-range shot, but it's too strong on the attempt. Rebound by Kingfisher on the backside as Suzuki takes the pass from Myers. Goes right corner. Haney tees up the 3. That one too strong. Rebound, skying for it is Douglas Fisher. She's got a 2-on-2 the other way with Floyd. Douglas Fisher through the double team right side for the shot. Fouled. Shot off the mark, but Briley to the free throw line.
One thing we've seen this half much better than the first half is both Briley and Lexi attacking the basket, and that's what the Boomers going to need.
That'll be the third foul on Maddie Slazik. Second of the quarter for Kingfisher. 3:19 third quarter. Boomers trailing 42-27, make it 28. As Douglas Fisher makes the first free throw. She's got 9. Looking for double digits in terms of scoring. Second free throw on the way. That one good as well. So Briley with 10. Boomers again trailing by 13. 42-29. Adds it Suzuki across timeline. Right wing to Haney. Guarded Tyler, double team. Out to Suzuki. Gets around some pressure. Left wing Roof. Tees up the 3, and that splashes home. Reese Roof with her first three of the day makes it 45-29. She's got 5 points. Seems like every time the Boomers try to get a little momentum, Kingfisher has an answer so far. As it's middle, top the key for the Boomers on the dribble. Gets cut off there after trying to get a screen from Mills, and then the pass to Douglas Fisher on the right wing a bit off. And it's a turnover for the Boomers. So that one rolled into the Boomer bench. This will be Roof, the inbounder, in front of the Boomer bench on the sideline. Into Slazicki. 2:40 left third quarter. Boomers trailing 45-29. Bounced over to Myers. She sees pressure from Floyd up top. And off back to Slazicki, high right wing. She's trying to direct some traffic, and then they'll get a foul on Floyd, trying to get a little too aggressive on the perimeter. Be her first, team second.
Yeah, she was playing good defense overall, but as soon as she kind of got both hands on her, and the official sitting there waiting on it. As soon as both hands touched her, he got her for it.
High left wing, Roof with possession to Haney in the corner. Myers pumps. She'll turn, try to drive, kicks over across court right side to Rope. Bounces it back into Myers in the paint. The turnaround jumper pops out. Rebound by Douglas Fisher underneath. Ooh, Haney goes crashing to the floor after Douglas Fisher maybe leaned into her a little bit. They'll work it ahead to Mills on the right wing to Nelson. She'll drive for the layup. Just a bit too strong. Good look. Rebound poked out to Floyd, though. Keeps possession alive. They work it up to Douglas Fisher. Guarded by Snyder. Oh, tries to zip it down to Mills as she was battling on Myers. The pass too strong. Goes out of bounds. Boomers trying to work it, man. It's just not there right now.
Yeah, it's just, they do some good things, and then they'll, kind of make a mistake, miss a lot of shots with Bailey just missed, and then, you actually have a good opportunity to hit somebody underneath the basket and throw it away. It's just kind of been that night for the Boomers.
It's Kingfisher back the other way. Floyd trying to play some tight defense on Suzuki. Top the key, minute 30, third quarter. Kingfisher leads 45-29 as they'll work it around the perimeter.
The official over there in front of the Pep Club is kind of they're having fun with the fans a little bit.
You got to, right? And now underneath the Boomers trying to defend on Myers, and she's going to draw a foul in a crowd. She's trying to take the shot in front of the basket. And let's see who they take. It'll be Kaylee Mills. Had a host of them there to choose from. So Mills gets her first foul. Third of the quarter as Myers' first free throw falls. She's got 9 points. Makes it 46-29. Second free throw upcoming. Couple dribbles, dips, shoots, and that one rattles home. So 10 points for Myers. She joins Reagan Snyder in double figures for the Lady Jackets. They lead 47-29. Boomers trying to attack back with middle, top the key. She gets cut off by Slazicki. Finds Nelson, high right wing. She's picked up by Friesen. Gets it out to Douglas Fisher back on the wing. Looking to attack as Douglas Fisher gets the screen from Mills. The shot off, but they call an offensive foul late on the Boomers. I think that one's away from the ball. It looked like maybe Mills.
Yep, it was on Mills. I heard
she
him
was
say
sitting the screen. So she picks up her second.
nothing.
If they ever put it on the board. There they go.
I thought he was calling down on Briley. I was like, what in the world? Okay.
50 seconds left third quarter. Kingfisher the other way with the lead. Snyder, deep right block, double team, trying to work around her. Passed on away by Floyd, and then Floyd pushed by Kingfisher. They'll get Friesen. And for Friesen, that's her third. It's only third of the quarter, though, for Kingfisher with 43 seconds left in the frame. Boomers trail 47-29. They'll get the possession. As it's Floyd inbounding to middle. She'll walk it up across the timeline, fires right side to Douglas Fisher on the wing, or excuse me, to Nelson. Now goes it to Douglas Fisher, top the key in the corner to middle. Mills maybe open there. Now gets to her a little late. She's triple team. That's stolen away by Matthews. Stepped up and took it for Kingfisher. Flips ahead to Suzuki. Left wing Hartman. 18 seconds. Kingfisher going to try to hold this one between Hartman and Suzuki. And the 13 seconds. 10 as they lead 47-29. Floyd trying to play the tight defense. Suzuki drives, kicks Hartman in the quarter with 5 seconds, and she nails it. The freshman, Ella Hartman, steps up, takes the three, and drains it. And that's how we end the third quarter as Kingfisher holds a 50-29 advantage into the final frame. We'll step aside. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
And back in the Hive as the Boomers trail 50-29 heading into the fourth quarter against the Lady Jackets of Kingfisher.
Must be nice.
We're gawking at the Clinton score. The Clinton girls facing Aztec Charter, who just is not a sports school, right? They're more of a, on the academic side, Clinton leads 65-4. So I'm afraid to see what that score would be if the Boomers play. Might be crazy. As out of the quarter, the Boomers have the possession, but a pass from Nelson to Colt, stolen away by Matthews. She races ahead, gets the easy layup. Matthews with her first basket after a few attempts. 52-29, Kingfisher leads. Top key Floyd with it from Boomers. Down on the block, Douglas Fisher working on Snyder, able to take her one-on-one, put it off the glass and in. Briley with 12 of the 31 for the Boomers. As they trail by 21, 52-31, 7:20 in the game. Matthews baseline bounces out in the corner to Myers, top the key, Suzuki. Right wing Hartman, back in the corner, Myers takes the long two. That one a little flat, off the rim. Rebound fought for, poked out of bounds. They say by Kingfisher. At this point, 7:12 left in the game. Just going to try to chip away as they can. Get Friday off, come back Tuesday at Boomer Fieldhouse against Anadarko, another highly ranked team, this time in Class 3A. As it's Floyd, top key, right corner. Mendel takes the three, contested, nailed it anyways. A catch and shoot for Mendel from deep. She's got 7. Boomers trailing 52-34. Kingfisher the other way as the Boomers knock it away from Snyder. Colt trying to defend her there. Oh no, they say it was off Snyder.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Great, good job by Culp. I thought Culp was actually the one that knocked it away.
Yeah, that's what it looked like from our vantage point.
We will take it.
6:44 left in the game. It's Roof back in quickly. Takes out Myers. The Boomers, it's Mendel, Floyd, Douglas Fisher, Nelson, and Culp the 5.
It's only a 6-possession game. Remember that, Tyler.
That's right. Nelson driving right side, bounces down to Douglas Fisher, back out to Nelson. Goes baseline cut off. She has to give it to Floyd on the wing. Trying to get back into Douglas Fisher and poked away by Snyder. So Boomer's trying to give Snyder a little of her own best and saying, hey, we're going to get it inside with Briley. As it's Floyd the inbounder between the block and the three-point line on the baseline. And, 5-second call on the Boomers. Maybe a touch quick, but a turnover nonetheless. Kingfisher defended the inbounds well. Hartman takes it for the Lady Jackets to Snyder, over to Ruth as the Boomers trying to apply that pressure to Haney, right corner. Or to Tiley by Floyd. Top key, Ruth will try to drive the little floater in the lane, rims out. Rebound underneath by Snyder, up and in. Just had a quiet second half, only 4 points in the second half as 24 for the game. And Kingfisher leads by 20, 54-34. 5:59 left. Boomers the other way with Nelson left wing, bouncing it down to Culp. Poked away by Matthews, they say, as it goes out of bounds. Brewers keep the possession as Floyd, the inbounder, on the baseline beneath the block, left side. Throws it into Douglas Fisher. Turnaround jumper over a double team, but off the mark. Rebound collected by Matthews of Kingfisher. They'll call Hardman, for a double dribble. She had taken the pass from Matthews, so the Boomers get an unforced error from the Lady Jackets. Trying to work from this 20-point deficit with 5:45 left in the game. As Middle takes the inbounds pass in the backcourt, right wing to Nelson. She tries to drive, cut off there in the corner, goes out to Douglas Fisher. On the wing, she gets a high screen from Colt. Rolls off of it. Douglas Fisher picks up her dribble, feeds it over to Middle. Tries to set her screen. She'll roll around the right side, dump it into Culp on Snyder. The turnaround jumper just rims out. Rebound taken by Hartman, who then travels with it, falling to the floor. Lost her footing. Not a bad look from Culp. Got it over the outstretched hands of Snyder and almost went down. Now timeout taken by the Boomers. R5, customer board. When you work with R5, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed expectations. Go chat with your screen printers. Customized apparel, 817 Main Street, Woodward, or 580-256-3579, and Western Drug, 1021 Oklahoma Avenue. They've got a friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is awfully convenient. Always excellent service, 580-256-5586. Western Drug R5, powering Boomer Sports this season.
I knew I'd seen somewhere on Twitter over the past few weeks where Reagan Snyder was going to go play basketball. She's going to stay right here in Northwest Oklahoma. She's going to go up to Alva, play for Coach Tasha Dieselhorst up there, and so
they're getting a good one.
Coach Dieselhorst does a great job of getting some of the better talent around Northwest Oklahoma, kind of keeping them close at home. And she's built her program that way. And you know, the Lady Rangers had their best season last year, school history, and hope to continue building that culture.
As on the inbounds, Boomers pass it around, stolen away by Friesen. Up ahead to Hartman, who controls it. After a bit of a long pass underneath, her shot well off the mark. Snyder, though, with the rebound, and then she traveled with it as Boomers played her tough. You know, it's funny because we've been talking about it for a couple years now. I know I talked about it with Chris Godwin. Recruit those Northwest Oklahoma kids, man. Like, for Alva, for Southwestern, got to be on it. All sports, got some good talent. So, Coach Dieselhorst doing a good job with that. Boomers the other way, pass down to Colt, batted away, but Mills collects it. She takes the jumper to the lane, and fouled as Myers flew over and tried to swat it. Myers picks up her fourth foul.
All right, Tyler, I've hit a wall. You've got the rest of the game.
You're like, I'm out. You ran out of the energy, huh?
Yep.
Oh, man.
This Mike and I didn't get that sugar. Didn't give it very much.
Not the good rush. Mills makes the free throw, her first point of the game. Boomers trail 54-35, make it 54-36 as Mills makes both. She got two, 4:45 left in the game. Kingfisher in the backcourt on possession, working it past the Boomer pressure to Snyder across the timeline. She's double teamed left wing out to Haney in the corner. Cut off just around the baseline. Hands it to Myers over to Snyder, who popped open just outside the paint for the jumper mid-range. And that falls 26 for Snyder. It's again a 20-point game, 56-36, 4:19 left. Boomers on the possession, right wing to middle from Douglas Fisher. Picked up by Suzuki. Left side to Douglas Fisher, guarded tightly by Haney. Has kind of dribble around her a little bit. Gets cut off though in that corner. Now looking to pass it. Just hands back to middle near the top of the key. Gets a screen from Cole, but she's pickpocketed by Suzuki. Ahead to Hartman, down the left side, loses the handle, but able to collect, misses the wide open shot though. Snyder comes through and collects it. 28 for Snyder of the 58 by Kingfisher. As it's middle, the other way for the Boomers with 3:40 left. Top of the key, looking to attack on Suzuki, who's had her number a couple times. Now they're poked by Suzuki. To the floor goes both girls. It looks like, did they get Suzuki for the foul? Maybe so. And they do. It's her fourth, team second of the court.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they made that call because it looked like Lexi was the one who took out her legs. But basically they're saying she was kind of diving for the ball instead of Lexi taking out her legs. So.
And Mena will come off the floor momentarily for the Boomers. Check out. Colt gets it just beyond the free throw line. Down to Mills. Right block. Trying to work on Hartman. A little bit cut off there. Mills able to get it up and under for the shot, but that's off. Now girls crash into the floor. Hartman and Mills go down. I think they might get Kaylee on this one. A little bit of frustration there.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I think she got more tied up to frustration. She didn't really have position to go for the ball like she did, but I think it was more of a tie-up situation than anything.
Her third of the game, first of the quarter for the Boomers. Kingfisher back with it, leading 58-36. 3:05 left. Hartman top the key, goes left corner. Suzuki for three. Nailed it. She's got 11. So 3 Lady Jackets in double figures. And it's Nelson for the Boomers, right wing to Douglas Fisher near the corner, and they'll say out of bounds as tight defense by Friesen forces that turnover. Kingfisher takes it back over, leading 61-36. As Hartman on the inbound, across the timeline left side, over to Suzuki, top of the key. Left wing Friesen, pass down to Snyder. She'll pull up, baseline jumper, left side, rims out, rebound by Culp underneath. Feeds ahead to Nelson, picks up her dribble, high left wing, back to Douglas Fisher, pulls up deep three, and that rattles home. Briley Douglas Fisher with the deep three, she's got 15. Boomers though trailed 61-39 with 2:20 left in the game. Underneath got a foul on the Boomers. So we're battling for it.
I think this might go on Taylor.
They get Mills actually for her fourth. Okay. There's a host of girls down there, had many to choose from.
The one I thought it would be on initially was Mills, and then trying to look at fingers from up here. That's why I thought it was Taylor. But
you were there squinting. I can't see it.
I'm too old.
Left wing Snyder with it for Kingfisher, dribbles around a Boomer, pulls up for the jumper over Culp. Back iron out the front. Rebound underneath by Culp. She'll feed it ahead to Nelson, right side. She's got on the wing with the dribble. Douglas Fisher, top key, thanks about her deep three. This time straight away, takes it high off the back iron though. Rebound, fought for. Mills trying to get it away from Snyder, but Snyder wins that battle. She'll drive into the paint, takes a little bump, turn around, she traveled. Try to go a little NBA, too much there.
I mean, she's talented, but I don't think she's NBA level. Come on, Tyler.
Not yet, not yet. 61-39. I didn't say I thought she was. She thought she was momentarily.
Right. And I think both coaches kind of conceded this game.
See Zoe Chavez in, Ella Howard. And
Kate is boring.
There you go. Kate's Bourne. Checking in her first varsity minutes of the season. Has a Chavez on the right wing. Poked at, stolen away by Hartman. Long arms got her. She'll feed it ahead to Matthews. Minute 35 left in the game. Kingfisher in control, 61-39. Hartman directing traffic top of the key. Still on the handle, goes left wing to Matthews. Up to Friesen, right side back to Hartman. Picked up by Chavez. Dumps it inside. Matthews trying to drive. Culp with the swat. Gets it, and then it's poked out of bounds by Matthews. Away from Culp. Now Kingfisher going into their bench a little bit. Get Callie Blair, the freshman, in. As well as Ryan Skemahorn.
Suddenly we got a JV game.
For the last minute 8, 61-39. Brewers trail left wing to Howard. Top the key, Culp. In the corner. It's Nelson taking it, looking to attack. Cut off a little bit by Blair. Still has on the left wing as Bourne trying to gets it down low. Tries to take the shot. Affected there by Skemahorn. Rebound taken by Kingfisher, now bumped by Nelson. As turning on the speed. Looked like Tatum Walker. And it's Nelson's fourth foul. Third team foul of the quarters. We're down to 46 seconds left in the game. Still, though, by Nelson off the inbounds. Her shot, though, trying to finish it a little off the mark. Rebound taken by Kingfisher. As ahead goes Blair. Top the key with 33 seconds left. Guarded tightly by Nelson. Left wing, Horn trying to go on the baseline, and that's out of bounds. Intended for Kendall Ferret. 26 seconds left. Kingfisher will improve to 18-4 on the season. Woodward will fall to 10-10. Left wing to Chavez. She's looking to attack. Goes for the shot. A little off the mark. Caught the backboard. Rebound taken by Kingfisher. Slowing it up is Ferret. Goes top of the key with 10 seconds to Blair. Callie Blair trying to hold it down to 6. 5. She's going to want to dribble it out. And that is the ball game as Kingfisher takes it 61-39 tonight on the girls' side. The Lady Jackets improved to 18-4. The Boomers do fall to 10-10. We'll step aside from break. Come back with your post-game stats. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 220 Main in Woodward.
Back at the Hive as the Woodward girls have fallen tonight to the Kingfisher Lady Jackets, 61-39. Looking at your post-game stats. We talked about her throughout. Big night for Reagan Snyder. After the 2-point effort against Boomers the first time, she had 28 tonight, was leading the way. Had 2 other girls in double figures for Lady Jackets. Maddie Suzuki with 11 hit 3 threes, and Abby Myers with 10 points as well for the Lady Jackets. Bruce Roof, Ella Harbin finished with 5 apiece. Jancy Matthews, the other 2. On the Boomer side of things, 1 double-figure scorer. It was Riley Douglas Fisher with 15 points, hit a 3 in the game. Taylor Floyd had 7, as well as Lexi Mendel with 7. And you got 4 from Caitlin Culp and Bailey Nelson, and 2 points from Kaylee Mills on the night. Halftime, Eric, we're hoping the Boomers could try to turn it around, but Kingfisher just flexing that muscle. It's the number 5 team in the state. They played like it tonight.
Yeah, they really gave the Boomers got some troubles there in the second half. And, you know, the Boomers did everything they could defensively. You know, especially in the second half, I thought overall they started to play pretty well. But Kingfisher kind of, they took what, you know, kind of looked at the first game and kind of said, okay, whenever they do collapse on Snyder, which the Boomers start playing her a lot better in the second half, you know, they made sure they were putting people in the right spots that she could give it up to them with easy opportunities. And so, you know, credit to the Kingfisher coaching staff and what they did tonight. And, you know, there's a reason why they're number 5 in the state. And they're the reason why Kingfisher is a regional site, is because of the way they played this year.
For sure. And you look, you know, you hear a lot about football, the last 4 and the first 4. Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 of the third quarter. For Kingfisher, was that second and third quarter that made the difference tonight. 18-8 in the second, 14-8 in the third. You look at the other quarters, Boomers only lost the first quarter by 5, 18-13. And albeit, you know, that fourth quarter maybe wasn't the ones running it, but it was 11-10 of the fourth quarter. Kingfisher did win it, but the Boomers were tight, at least in those 2 frames. Kingfisher, though, taking care of the middle of the game. So that brings us to our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game, and I think tonight, got to go with Riley Douglas Fisher. Had her 15 points, able to have a 3-pointer there late as well. Did give up all night long, continued to try to battle on Reagan Snyder, defensively or offensively. So we'll go with Riley Douglas Fisher, her 15 points tonight, our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game. Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking. No matter where you are, the Bank of Western Oklahoma always is close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Boys on the floor, warming up, getting ready, and getting set for a rematch in the Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship game between themselves and the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. We'll step aside for a break, come back and get you set up for that boys matchup. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
For more than a century, Bank of Western Oklahoma has stood by our communities, understanding the unique culture and values that make Western Oklahoma special. As a locally owned and operated bank since 1908, we're not just bankers, we're your neighbors. We've seen generations grow, businesses flourish, and farms thrive. And we've been there every step of the way. Trust in a bank that shares your roots and works as hard as you do. Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Set for the boys game. Kingfisher coming into this one. Kingfisher 13-8 on the season, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Since that loss to Woodward in the Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship game, 3-1. Got wins over Cache, Cassidy, and Clinton. Did lose to Weatherford 79-40 a week ago. Team, though, brings a solid bevy of athletes. Talking about guys like Hayes White, the junior, who had 24 against the Boomers last time out. Got Cash Laird, Casey Blair, Jackson Wilbanks, Jet Birdwell, all the expected starting lineup. And a big part of that, all juniors going to return to the starting lineup next season. They've only got a couple of seniors on the roster, Max Jarvis and Boomer Mendenhall, and Peyton Burnham. We'll see a little bit of time, but not much. We talked about in the first matchup, it's a young team trying to learn how to win, Eric. And guys that, up until last year, maybe didn't get a bunch of varsity time, right? They had to wait, had to buy their time on JV, and now getting the opportunity and seemingly improving game by game.
Yeah, and it feels like, they've got that confidence they need to start winning. Like you said, they're I don't want to say they're not a young team, but they're definitely a team that they're going to have they're going to have most everybody back, especially, the ones who are making some of the biggest differences on the floor throughout the game. So, it's a team that the Boomers going to have to watch out for tonight. They could easily see them coming up here in the next couple of weeks in the playoffs. And then, going into next year, it's going to be another team that's forced to be reckoned with, especially as kind of Weatherford's going to take a step back, presumably. I'm not going to say presumably. They're going to take a step back.
Yes.
They still may end up being good.
4 college players.
But they're not going to be what they are. But they're definitely a team that, the Boomers are going to have to reckon with next year as well.
That they will for sure. The Boomers themselves, 11 straight wins now after that homecoming victory over Garden City. We talked about at the top, sloppy first half, second half, really the third quarter just said, all right, we're going to win this game. It just exploded out of that third quarter. After all the homecoming festivities, Caden Gaines, what an efficient game. 30 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, shooting, 40, 50, and well from the line as well in terms of percentages. Carter Reed, Gage Hutchins, 10 points apiece in that one. This boys team seems like no matter what, they have just found a way over this 11-game stretch to see through these wins. It's been such a turnaround from last year in that sense. You can tell, like you've said, they're playing with confidence. It seems like pretty much everybody knows their role. They accept that. They get in there and try to fulfill it the best as possible night in, night out.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing is everybody knows their role. They've kind of, coming into the season, there was a lot of talk of, of how people were, how they were going to handle Caden as far as the other guys on the team. Would there kind of be some jealousy and all these different storylines that people throw out there, and Caden's come in, done his job. Carter's kind of taken on the role as kind of the leader on the floor. A lot of things happen through Carter, honestly. A lot of times he's the one who's dishing it off to Caden. You've got Gage, who's stepped up huge scoring this year. He's kind of taken on really that second scorer. So the Boomers, overall, they've kind of got all the pieces in the right places. You've got, you've seen Isaiah come on and do some really nice things. Sonny's going to go out there and he's going to play hard every time he's on the floor. So, that's what you want out of a team that's going to win. And, they're definitely showing that, they have that ability to kind of take everybody every night.
And, one thing, and we talked about it a little bit, but maybe not enough. You talk about those seniors and then a guy like Gage, a guy that played a lot last year, the sophomore, now an upperclassman. Talk about your Connor Prices, Connor Sutherland, Washington. Carter Reed. I mean, to see those guys buy in, because you mentioned it was real, right? Where those upperclassmen think, hey, got the freshman coming on the floor. Is he really as good as advertised? How's that relationship going to work out? Obviously, Caleb does a really good job, Coach Gaines, with, balancing that. You could say probably most of the time riding him harder in terms of Caden than most of the other guys. But for those upperclassmen to buy in, how huge is that from the coaching side to know, okay, they trust what you're doing, and at times they defer to them. They let them go to work.
Well, and they play some summer ball with even as going into his 8th grade year. Caden plays some in some high school summer camp stuff, and so they've been on the floor with him and then been in practice, and they knew what he could do. But the whole different situation whenever you get out there and it's game time, and you've kind of had your role here, and then it changes because this guy comes in. But they kind of stepped up, and everybody knows that, hey, to win we're going to have to play roles, and that's exactly what they've done this year.
You're getting clapped up. Oklahoma coming across to you. Boomers on the boys' side again going to be wearing the road blacks, gold and white trimming, and Kingfisher in the home whites. We'll turn it over for your starting lineups. Starters for both squads for the Boomers, the same starting 5 we've seen throughout the season. Gage Hutchins, Connor Price, Connor Sunderland, Carter Reed, and Caden Gaines. For Kingfisher, same starting 5 we saw in the Buckle of the Wheat Belt Championship. Cash Laird, Kason Blair, Hayes White, Jackson Wilbanks, and Jet Birdwell. You mentioned White 24 against the Boomers last time out. Jet Birdwell also a known shooter for this Kingfisher squad. Got to watch him. Boomers going left to right in front of us. Kingfisher right to left in this first half. We're up top, opposite the scorer's table. It'll be Gaines tipping off against Laird. There's the tip in the air. Boomers win and control it as Gaines able to feed it back to Reed. Goes left wing to Price in the corner. Back to Reed, dumps it down low. Sunderland working, trying with the hook shot. A little too strong over Case Blair. Rebound comes down to Kingfisher. As they'll go right side with White. He's now at the top of the key after taking the handoff from Birdwell. We're at Kingfisher talking about, Birdwell struggling a little bit in shooting this season. He was pretty good against the Boomers in that game. White top the key. He tries to go behind the back on the handles. Price able to steal away. They feed it over to Gaines from Hutchins for 3 in the quarter. Air ball from Gaines to start. And then a rebound, though, by Sunderland, and he's fouled all the way up. So Connor Sunderland to the free throw line with the opportunity to put the Boomers ahead, as he'll get Hayes White for his first foul. Sonny, your homecoming king, played on fire in that second half after getting the kingdom, if you will. First free throw, though, too strong off the back eye. So we've seen the Boomers, a couple shots a little off. Gaines airballed that 3 a second ago. As a deep breath for Sunderland, dips, shoots the second free throw. That one's short, so he goes long to short. Rebound underneath by Birdwell for Kingfisher, or excuse me, for Wilbanks. So feed it back to White. Goes over to Birdwell, left wing. Thinks about the 3, takes it. Hutchins closing out. Air ball by Birdwell nearly hits net, but on the wrong side of it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, both teams kind of coming out just a little off on their shots, and maybe it's the cold outside, but at some point one of these teams is going to heat up.
Reed works it to Hutchins, top key. He'll drive the floater in the paint as he took some contact off. Rebound underneath by Kingfisher. They'll feed ahead to Laird. He drives at the paint, blows by for layup and throws off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Sunderland. Works up to Hutchins, corner. Gains another three, this time on the mark. And the Boomers take the early lead, 3-0 with 6:39 first quarter. As Kingfisher back the other way with Will Banks, the backcourt facing some pressure. Double team cut off just beyond his own free throw line. Right wing to White, he's double teamed. They do get it ahead to Laird, top of the key. Slow dribble there, left wing to Will Banks. He tries to drive, kicks out to White, right wing. Guarded by Price, pulls up, mid-range jumper, rims out, gains, flies over from the board. Flips ahead to Hutchins, leaking out. Hutchins baseline, turns around, takes the fader and nails it. So Gage Hutchins with 2. Boomers lead 5-0, 6:05 first quarter. Rebound and assist for Gaines. As White trying to put it ahead and nobody there, a little miscommunication. He was trying to get to Will Banks. Will Banks didn't go. White thought he was going.
Yeah, I'm going to step back a little bit, though. I'm always impressed with how, like, the body control that Gage has.
Yes.
Because when he turned to take that shot, I was like, what's he? Okay.
It was an unnecessary fade. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
but he still made it.
And he kind of did it all in the spin motion, but he got it done.
Price trying to drive for the Boomers into the paint. Layup a bit too strong. Rebound underneath by Will Banks for Kingfisher. So feed it over to Laird. Tax from the top of the key. Cut off just below the elbow. Left side, back up top to Will Banks, looking to attack on Price. Cut off again to the paint. Gaines poking a pass that was intended for Laird, and they say it's out of bounds on Gaines. Boomers thought maybe that Laird touched it.
I mean, I was saying the other way. I thought he also got a piece
Laird
of it
reacted
too.
like he touched it and said, whoops, but they keep it with Kingfisher. So deep quarter inbound for White. So get out to Will Banks left wing, guarded by Hutchins, who got himself a haircut. Spin move by White at the elbow. Double team, kicks out to Will Banks, takes a long three, or a straightaway three, and nails it.
That should have been a 2.
Yeah, it looked like foot was on the line, but Will Banks drills it. So his first basket, the first for Kingfisher, is a trail 5-3. Now a foul the other way. Reed trying to work it into Sunderland, and he's poked at. And that one on Case and Blair, his first. Blair played aggressive on Gaines the last time, fouled out for his efforts. Tried to harass Gaines, who had 30 against Kingfisher, had 32, 32, and 30 in that tournament. Inbounds goes to Sunderland. Top the key. His pass was stolen away by White. It was intended for Gaines. White, the layup, gets it to stick, and we're tied at 5. White with his first basket. 4:53 left first quarter. It's Price, top the key. Left wing, cut off. Needs to find somebody. Trying to get to Gaines. That pass poked. Stolen. Price gets it back, and it gets poked away from him out of bounds by Kingfisher.
Yeah, Kingfisher's done a good job of keeping the ball away from Caden and not allowing the Boomers to get him the ball. It's kind of throwing them off because the Boomers haven't been able to adjust very well yet.
As we say that, inbounds goes to Gaines, and then sure enough, just floats it home in the paint over his defender.
Maybe I should say that every time.
Every possession. Gaines with 5 and the Boomers 7. As they retake the lead, 7-5. 4:30 left first quarter. White in the backcourt. His pass nearly stolen away by Gaines as it goes out of bounds. It's intended for Birdwell on the near sideline.
Yeah, it looks like Caden jumped in there and got a piece of it. Got to use used his long arms, got a piece of it, but it looked like maybe slipped just enough to they wasn't able to regain control of himself and get possession of the ball.
So it's White across the timeline for Kingfisher. Cut off, double team now, high right wing in some trouble. Just as flip it over to Birdwell along the half-court line left side to Will Banks. Instantly sees Hutchins on him. Fires at corner. Laird driving baseline on Reed. Shot affected by Gaines all the way up. Kingfisher crowd wanted to goaltend. Price with the board. His pass so picked off, intended for Hutchins. Stolen away by Will Banks. In the corner left side to Laird. Kingfisher trails 7-5. Laird trying to drive on Sunderland, and then they'll get a foul on Sunderland, who's bumping out. First on Sunderland. First team foul for the Boomers. 3:53 left first quarter. Boomers lead 7-5. Kingfisher with possession, inbounds to White, left corner, driving on Reed. Gets in, over Gaines, the layup good. Hayes White trying to get going. He's got 4. Tied back at 7. Boomer possession, Reed top of the key, left wing to Hutchins. In the corner, Price. Looking to pass on, working on Birdwell. Baseline, kicks it out, Reed. Top of the key, takes the 3. That's off the left side though, but Sunderland with the board and 1. Connor Sunderland with 2 points early. And he had a big start against Kingfisher the last time. Had the first, 6?
Yeah, he did.
Boards. So trying to go right back to work. And the second foul now on Casey Blair.
You say Sonny likes to fly in the hive.
That's our.
You
that's
missed
our
it.
thing
You forgot it. You forgot
No,
it.
I hit it top of the broadcast. You weren't here.
Oh, I wasn't here yet.
Yeah, I hit it top of the broadcast, sir. Sunderland on the free throw and one. Gets it to rattle home. It's a 10-7 Boomers lead after the three-point play the old school way for Sunderland. Kingfisher in the backcourt as it's Peyton Burnham, the senior, seeing his first time tonight, playing a little catch with Birdwell. Gets it across left side. Gains on him. Top the key back up to Hayes. Or to Hayes White, I should say. He's trying to drive on Price. Kicks it to Birdwell left wing. He'll attack in the paint. Hop step. Gaines gets the ball. Blocked it. Gets the board. Feeds it ahead to Reed. Bounce pass over to Hutchins. Easy layup. Beautiful play by the Boomers. Hutchins with 4. Now it's a 5-point advantage, 12-7, 2:55 first quarter. It's Kingfisher back the other way. Burnham in the backcourt, double teamed hard by Reed and Price. Just has thrown up, nearly stolen, but works its way to White. He drives, gets home for the layup as it rattles home. 6 points for Hayes White of the Kingfisher 9. Price the other way for the Boomers, right wing. Slips as he tries to go baseline, cut off. Now needs some help. And just has to float it to Sunderland. Top key Gaines, sits, shoots the 3, and it rolls in. Looked like it was going to be halfway out and back in, and it was. 8 points for Gaines, 2 threes. Boomers up by 6, 15-9, 2:20 first quarter. Kingfisher the other way with White. Breaks ahead of the pressure, drives. They get the block or the charge?
I think they're going to give him the block.
They are. Carter Reed tried to stick in there and draw the charge to no avail. Gets his first foul, second of the quarter for the Boomers. And it sends Hayes White to the free throw line.
Hey, you know what I just realized? The Boomers have made great gains this year.
But don't.
Oh.
What are you infected with? Dad jokes? First free throw for White falls. He's got 7 of the 10 for Kingfisher early. As Cole Reed, an early check-in, takes out Connor Price. There's 2 reads on the floor of the 3. Second free throw for White. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound taken by Gaines. So bring it up the floor for the Boomers. Oh, Cole Reed wide open underneath. They lost him. Easy layup for the sophomore. And Kingfisher will take the timeout with 2:06 left first quarter. Boomers lead 17-10 over the Yellow Jackets. St. State Bank, they've got a branch now in Woodward, the new location, 2314 Williams Avenue. St. State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including checking, personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and much more. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. St. State Bank, M&D, powering Boomer Sports this season on KMZE FM Woodward. So out of the timeout, Boomers with the 17-10 lead over the Yellow Jackets. Starting to get some pressure going there, starting to get some turnovers and easy buckets.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. Once you start getting some of those turnovers, get the kind of the tempo, the way you want it to go, you know, a lot of things start happening for the Boomers.
Kingfisher in the backcourt. First minutes for Dax Compton tonight, the freshman. And so working ahead to White. The drive, the wild shot off, but they get the foul. And it'll send Hayes White to the free throw line. They get Sunderland for his second. So we'll see if Washington checks in. It looks like he is off the bench, ready to go. As White back to the line. First free throw pops out. 1 of 3 so far, has 7 points. It will be Sunderland for Washington, the substitution. So I say SC's his first time, so it's 2 reads on the floor. Cole, Carter, Washington, Gaines, and Hutchins. Second free throw for White falls. Splits the pair again. He's got 8. 17-11 Boomers lead the other way. Carter Reed, right wing. In the paint, Washington dumps it down to Hutchins, who is cut back door. A nice feed for the easy layup. 6 for Gage in this first quarter. Boomers push their advantage to 8, 19-11. White feeding it ahead to Burnham down the left side. He's double teamed left wing. Back up to White, top of the key at the Kingfisher logo. Over left side to Max Jarvis, one of the seniors. Bounces it to Burnham. Guarded by Washington, handoff to White, left wing, checked by Cole Reed. Kingfisher trying to work it around. A drive blocked again by Gaines. Layered the shot attempt. Feeds ahead to Cole Reed in the paint. Shakes off defender, off the glass and in. Cole Reed, 2 baskets early. And the Boomers lead by 10, 21-11 with 1:03 left in the first quarter. As Kingfisher crowd already hitting the doors. Kingfisher the other way, trying to bounce the pass down to Burnham, stolen away by Washington. Over to Reed, to Hutchins, baseline Cole Reed. He'll drive, layup again, this time left side. Cole Reed with 6 off the bench. The Boomers make it 23-11, a good flurry here to end the first quarter. Down to 40 seconds left in the frame. Boomers on a 16-4 run over the last 3 minutes. As it goes ahead to Dax Compton for Kingfisher. Back up to White, top of the key. Sees Gaines on him. Flips it over left side to Compton with 25 seconds first quarter. Will turn the drive corner. White tees up the 3 open left side. Too strong. Gaines with the board. He'll try to race ahead. Kingfisher catching up with him. Gaines still puts it up and in from an awkward angle right side. 10 for Gaines in this first quarter. And the Boomers pouring it on now, 25-11. And I wasn't kidding. Kingfisher crowd get up, starting to go. The other way, Burnham, deep left corner. Thinks about the 3 at the buzzer. Takes it over Washington and nails it. Tough one for Peyton Burnham. And he gets a little momentum for Kingfisher at the end of the first quarter. 25-14, Boomers lead after 1. We'll step aside. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Back at the Hive after 1, the River Boys lead 25-14. Kingfisher, Kate Gaines 10 points in that first quarter. Gage Hutchins with 6. Cole Reed also with 6 off the bench. And the Kingfisher to start the second quarter on the possession. Hayes White, he's got 8 of the Kingfisher 14. Feeds it to Birdwell, top of the key, guarded tightly by Cole Reed. He's picked up his dribble, needs help, finds Peyton Burnham, who had a last-second 3 at the end of that quarter. Hands off to White, rolls around the top, drives in the paint, shot wild, but underneath, Dax Compton cleans it up for Kingfisher, the freshman. His first basket of the game, cuts it to 9. Boomers out of the way, Washington top of the key on the pass from Hutchins. He'll try to drive, feeds it out to Gaines in the corner, takes it off the bounce, nails the 3, Kate Gaines. Another one. He's got 3 threes in his first half. That's 13 of the 28. 28-16 Boomers lead. 7:15 left in the half. Birdwell in the backcourt goes ahead to Burnham left side. Top of the key, back to Birdwell. Over to White, left side, trying to drive on Cole Reed, a little bump. Kick out in the corner, layered, open for 3. Off the back iron, though, on the shot. Hutchins, the board, just flips it ahead to Carter Reed. Lets man, oh, a nice left-handed finish by Carter Reed. His first basket of the night, it's a clean one. Boomers quickly up by 14, 30-16, 6:45 left in the half. Kingfisher trying to go back the other way. Hutchins bats pass, but goes right to Burnham. Left wing, corner to Birdwell. He'll try to drive baseline, and Washington stopped moving his feet. Got the foul.
Yeah, he didn't quite get to his spot quick enough, and Burnham was able to kind of catch him kind of in an awkward spot. Just kind of bumped into him, and because Isaiah really didn't have any kind of positioning, the foul is going to go against him.
So his first of the quarter for the Boomers, inbounds. Goes to Wilbanks in the left corner for Kingfisher. They're top the key to White, guarded by Hutchins. Now trying to drive down the right side and just not there on the shot. Able to work it back out to Birdwell. Poked at by Cole Reed. Has feed it over to White, right wing. He's double teamed. Goes cross court left side, layered. Pumps, drives, long 2 off the glass, off the rim. Rebound skied forward by Cole Reed. Feeds ahead to Carter Reed left side. Back to Cole, trying to drive baseline, but poked at, and that's stolen away straight up by Hayes White. Kingfisher trailing 30-16, back the other way. White double team aggressively across timeline. Cole Reed forces it out, gets poked over to Carter Reed. He'll drive left side, lay up the lob. Oh, for Gaines, couldn't quite complete it. Good defense by Kingfisher, and now a foul the other way on the Boomers as Gaines was trying to dip in. Telling Carter, hey, that's my bad on the lob.
Yeah.
Carter picks up his second.
Downside about a situation like that is that always kind of gets the student section just a little fired up when your star, misses a dunk or something like that. It kind of, especially in a game like this where they were kind of quiet and dead. Now they kind of gave them a little bit extra to cheer about.
Aaron Laredo checks in for Carter Reed. Connor Price back in for Cole Reed. As it's Kingfisher on the possession, top of the key, White guarded by Gaines. He'll try to drive left side. Nice move to get past Hutchins and Gaines. Hayes White with 10. 30-18, Boomers lead by 12. The other way on the possession. Hutchins left wing, top the key to Laredo. Bounces down to Washington, turns the corner, just takes him to the hole. Basket for Washington, his first of the game. Makes it a 14-point advantage again. 32-18, 5:15 left in the half. Kingfisher in the backcourt, it's Burnham. Flipping over to White down the right side. Floats ahead to Wilbanks. He'll tack on Washington and gets an easy layup for himself. Wilbanks now with 5. Boomers, right corner, Hutchins gets open, takes the 3. That one off the mark, but Laredo rebound on the backside.
Oh.
Got him for an offensive foul. Maybe a little bit of a sell by the freshman Compton. Tough break for Laredo.
I think you're giving them too much credit. Actually, not enough credit, because that was actually a good sell.
Good enough to get the foul call.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of contact there. I mean, Aaron did kind of lower his shoulder, kind of went into him just a little bit of his shoulder.
And the official was behind Laredo, so it makes it look a little bit more than what it was, Just one of those. Kingfisher out of the way as Laird trying to drive out of the inbounds, able to give it on the block. Shot missed, though, by Blair. Rebound on the backside by the Boomers as Washington feed it over to Price. Left wing Laredo. Trying to bounce it down to Washington. Gets it there. Tough move. Draws the foul. The shot just rims out. Almost and one for Isaiah Washington, but will go to the line for 2 free throws. As Woodward leads 32-20 with 4:37 left in the half. Second foul charge to Hayes White. First of the quarter for Kingfisher. Washington's first free throw, too strong. Remains at 2 points.
Mama Reed, stop sending me Facebook messages.
We get something wrong?
No.
Okay. First free throw for Washington. I was just hoping. Don't want to, I'll make sure. 33-20. Boomers lead by 13 after the split free throws from Washington. Kingfisher cross timeline to Compton. Right wing to White. Down on the block. Blair working through a double team. This shot too strong. Second opportunity, though. He draws the foul. As Laredo and Washington both trying to play him straight up. See who they get. And it's Laredo for his second, team 4th. And Case and Blair to the line for 2 free throws. One of the 5 juniors in the starting lineup. First free throw rims out.
There's one thing about this season. Aaron's had a lot of unlucky foul calls against him this year.
Really has. Cole Reed checks back in for Laredo. Second free throw for Blair, for Blair off the front of the rim. This is Boomers the other way. Price high left wing, guarded by White, dribbles around to the right side. Now has to pick it up. Top of key to Washington, back to Price, and a timeout by Coach Gaines with 4:05 left in the half. Smith & Co. Auction and Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction expert. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. Call them 580-254-3975 or email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. And Great Plains Bank, heritage, trust, respect, those are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with communities in which their customers live and work. Smith & Co. Great Plains Bank, powering Boomer sports this season. As Boomers lead 33-20. With 4:05 left in the half. trying to keep this advantage on Kingfisher. Last time, a tight game, 65-56, and really some free throws helped put that away for the Boomers. Hayes White really kept Kingfisher in it. He's got 10 points so far tonight, half of the production for the Yellow Jackets. Yet to see Jet Birdwell really catch fire. Going to have to continue to stay on him strong. As Boomers have it out of the timeout. Price, the inbounder, on the sideline, and to Hutchins. Back to Price, left wing. Cole Reed tees up the three. Too strong, though. Rebound poked out, some collisions. Gaines able to collect on the floor. To Hutchins, right corner. He's open for the three, but they called off, and they called for a travel.
It was really kind of close, but I do think he kind of got a little happy feet trying to get set.
Saw his feet kind of shuffle just enough. So turnover before the May three as Kingfisher back the other way. White to Laird, left side, trying to go baseline, but cut off, backs it out. Hutchins on him, kicks right side, Birdwell open, takes the three, and he nails it just as I was trying to warn about it. There's Jet Birdwell with his first of the night. 33-23, Boomers lead by 10, 3:35 in the half. Right side's Cole Reed, free throw line to Washington, turns, drives on Blair, gets the foul and one. Oh, tough move from Isaiah. So he's got 5 off the bench. So far the Boomers 11 points off the bench between Washington and Cole Reed.
He's another one kind of like Hutchins is, some of the kind of positions he gets himself in, but he can still convert.
And the free throw converts, rolls in. He's got 6. As Kingfisher with the substitution, Blair comes out, Burnham back in. It's Kingfisher ball, Birdwell the inbounder, goes to White in the paint, back to Birdwell, checked by Connor Price. Boomers with some of that full court pressure. Kingfisher breaks it, Burnham down the right side, cut off just outside the block, goes to Birdwell near top of the key, another three and good. Don't let Jet Birdwell get hot. He's got 6. Kingfisher, 10-point deficit still, 36-26. Boomers the other way with Hutchins. Guarded tightly by Wilbanks as he's top of the key. Trying to drive on him, cut off, poked at, goes out of bounds, off of Kingfisher.
Yeah, Boomers are kind of starting to go through one of those little stretches where they get going a little too quick and get playing out of control. They need to kind of settle down and get in some kind of rhythm.
As this Gaines, the inbounder on the deep corner. Out to Cole Reed, to Connor Price right in. Gaines just slipping on the floor, and it works. Gets the open left corner for 3, and he hit it. He fell twice along the baseline, the old rope-a-dope. Hits the 3, 16 for him, 4 threes. Goodness.
Hey, credit to CP also to kind of have the patience to wait for him to kind of crawl across the floor to get that.
2:40 left in the half. White left wing thinks about the answer. Instead to Birdwell in the corner. Guarded by Washington. A little shove there as he feeds it back to White, top the key. 39-26 Boomers lead. Kingfisher trying to hang around. Wilbanks right side. Up to Birdwell. Player down on the block. Wilbanks driving on Hutchins. And boy, got the floater over Hutchins and the outstretched hand of Gaines. 7 for Wilbanks. Boomers the other way. Price to Hutchins right side. Elbow. Washington trying to attack. Spins. Gets poked at. Birdwell steals it away. Flips ahead to White, driving on Cole Reed. Reed tries to go for the steal to no avail. And a layup for Hayes White and Kingfisher with a little momentum as they now trail 39-30. But at 55 left and a half. Price top key for the Boomers. Left wing to Cole Reed. To Gaines, who pops out up top. Maybe getting the screen from Washington. Waves it off. The one-knee floater. Beautiful for Gaines. 18. He can shoot inside as well. Not just a three-point shooter, we promise. 41-30. Boomers lead by 11 again. It's Kingfisher back the other way. Birdwell just fires a laser up to Burnham, left wing. Calmly hands it to White, top of the key. Left side back on the wing to Laird. He's going to try to drive on Hutchins. Spin move, runs into Washington, gets the and one on the shot as Washington bumps him down. Cash Laird with a timely first basket and an and one opportunity. Washington will get his second foul.
Yeah, Isaiah's done really good today. Kind of getting into position, staying straight up, kind of forcing some bad shots, and unfortunately got a little too happy in that situation. Tried to go for the block, and really kind of caught him across the top of the head.
Yeah, Sunderland and Carter Reed checks in. Free throw by Laird, too strong. Rebound put down to Sunderland. As he feeds right side, Carter Reed in the corner. Gage Hutchins for 3. Rainbows in. Hutchins with 9. Makes it 44-32. Minute left in the half. Kingfisher quickly the other way. Laird trying to push. And again, Gaines got a piece of it. Kingfisher crowd not happy as they floated up to Hutchins in the corner. Cole Reed right side. Back up to Hutchins, top the key. To Price, Carter Reed. Price is in again. Carter Reed holding it with 40 seconds near the half-court logo. Left wing to Sunderland. Looking to pass it on. Bounces it back over to Carter Reed. High right wing with 35 seconds left in the half. Boomers lead 44-32. Reed just on the calm dribble. Checked by Birdwell. In the corner, Sunderland with 25 seconds left side. Back up top to Reed to reset. Down to 20 seconds. Birdwell still playing some tight defense. Reed trying to shake him. Top the key to Cole Reed. Right side to Sunderland with 13. Top to Cole. Left side to Carter. 10 seconds. Now he looks to attack. Goes baseline. Pull-up jumper over Birdwell. Too strong. Sunderland can't get the board. Rebound by White underneath with 2. Racing ahead. Trying to go all the way to the hole. Oh, they call a foul right before the end of the half. Clock was literally at 0. It'll be Hayes White to the free throw line. It's a bit too tight of defense by the Boomers. And they'll get Gage Hutchins with the foul. His first, 5th of the quarter for Woodward. So White essentially just going to get some free throw opportunities with, they might put back, what, a .1 or 2 on the clock?
Yeah, I
maybe?
think that's what they're trying to decide. Should they put, honestly, I don't think they should put any on, just because it was pretty much all within the same motion. I think that's what they're going over to tell the coaches, that, hey, we're not going to put anything back on the clock. Keep the lane cleared out.
So it'll be Hayes White at the free throw line, has 12 points of the 32 for Kingfisher. First one up and is good. Trying to cut it to a 10-point game before the half here. 44-33. Second free throw, White, good as well. So that's how we end the first half. The Boomers take a 44-34 advantage into the break. We'll step aside, come back with your halftime stats and recap. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
At the half, in the high, the Woodward boys on top of Kingfisher, 44-34 at the break. Look at your halftime stats. Quarter scoring, Woodward raced out to a 25-14 first quarter, but Kingfisher wins the second quarter 23-19 after the 2 free throws to close it from Hayes White. Scoring for the Boomers, leading the way, it is Caden Gaines, 18 points. He has hit 4 3-pointers tonight in this first half. Gage Hutchins has 9. He hit a 3-pointer as well. 6 for Cole Reed and Isaiah Washington off the bench for the Boomers. 3 for Connor Sunderland and a basket for Carter Reed. As far as Kingfisher goes, it's Hayes White, 14 points leading the way. Got 7 from Jackson Wilbank, 6 from Jet Birdwell, who made 2 threes in that first half, and 3 for Peyton Burnham, 2 for Cash Laird, as well as Dax Compton with 2. And Eric, how are we looking on the rebounds, turnovers, things of that nature?
Boomers dominating on the boards, 18-7. Caden leads that with 7 rebounds. Sonny has 5 boards. Then you'll kind of go down the line. You have a bunch of individual boards from Hutchins. Laredo has an offensive rebound. Cole's come in. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. Played really well. He's got a rebound as well. Overall, it's been a pretty clean game by both teams. Not a lot of turnovers. by either teams. I've got 4-4 in the turnover category. May have missed a couple here and there, but that's still pretty close, I think, anyways.
I would say so, yeah.
The one thing Boomers are doing doing well tonight is distributing the ball. It looks like there's 5 Boomers that have multiple assists in the game, including Gaines with 3. Carter Reed, Hutchins, Price, and Washington each have 2 assists, and then Caden's got 4 blocks in the game.
So. Yeah, he's had a few of those, no doubt, in that first half. And, I mean, you say a clean game. The only gripes maybe for the Boomers is that those phantom points, as we started calling them, at the end of the half, or end of the quarter, end of the half. I mean, Kingfisher gets essentially a buzzer beater 3 to end the first quarter, and those 2 free throws at the end of the second quarter. That's a 5-point swing. This could be a 15-point ball game at that.
Yeah, and I say the Boomers. Kingfisher, they're late in the second quarter. They started doing a good job of, not allowing too many open opportunities to the Boomers. A lot of the Boomers have got a lot of fast break points, second chance points tonight. So credit to the Boomers on that. But Kingfisher, they're doing what they can. I just think, fortunately, the way the Boomers have been playing lately, overall the way they're playing tonight, they're just a little too much for this Kingfisher team if they're playing up to their ability. Not struggling, things like that. Don't go through the cold shooting stretches, turning the ball over, things like that.
I am a little surprised, kind of watching that first half go back and forth, Eric, that seemed like Kingfisher, compared to the first matchup, is willing to play at the Boomers' pace tonight a little bit more. We saw in that first matchup, it was a very measured approach. There was a lot more offensive sets, if you will, for Kingfisher in that game. Tried to choke the clock a little bit, right? Keep the possession a bit longer. And that worked for the most part, able to keep them, close enough to be within striking distance till the end. Tonight, they've kind of thrown that to one a little bit and said, hey, we'll push a little bit off some made baskets and in transition.
Well, one thing they're also doing is, we've seen the Boomers get into foul trouble, at times this season. And if I remember right, maybe Sonny was in foul trouble during the first game.
Early foul. Oh yeah, first game. Yes.
First game he had foul trouble.
Hot start. Yeah.
And and it really feels like part of Kingfisher's plan was they were like, hey, we're going to take it at the Boomers. We're going to try to get them in foul trouble. And like I said, I talked about Washington where he had that one foul where he got a little too aggressive. But overall the Boomers get to their spots and they're going straight up. There was one time where, Cole, he kind of swiped at the ball, but he also knew he was out of position. So, he kind of took it as it is and kind of went on. And, the Boomers are fortunately, able to stretch out a lead enough to be able to do that every once in a while.
And looking at some of that foul situation for this first half, no Boomer in deep foul trouble, if you will, but a few guys with 2 apiece. You look at Carter Reed with 2, Aaron Laredo with 2, Isaiah Washington with 2, and Connor Sunderland with 2. So I have to keep an eye on that. See an early third foul in the third quarter. Might think about that swap. We'll see there. For Kingfisher, not so much in terms of the fouls. I mean, Cason Blair does have 3. Yeah, Hayes White with 2, which is significant, but they only committed 5 fouls in that first quarter, or in that first half. So they don't really have that type of foul trouble, if you will. Does Kingfisher. So at your High Plains Tire halftime stats and recap, visit High Plains Tire, 2220 Main Street in Woodward, is where your dollar goes further. We'll step aside, come back with the keys to the second half for the Boomers, trying to close off their 12th straight win of the season. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your needs and works as hard as you do? Welcome to Bank of Western Oklahoma, proudly serving our area since 1908, offering free checking with no monthly fees and convenient mobile banking. Whether you're in Cordell, Elk City, Weatherford, Woodward, or any of our 6 locations, we're always nearby. Bank of Western Oklahoma, where the Western Oklahoma spirit is alive and well. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Teams getting out of the locker room. Boomer boys starting to get some shots up. Kingfisher coming out themselves, getting ready for the second half, and looking at some of those keys to the second half, Eric. For Woodward, is it just mainly kind of stay the course? Like you mentioned, it seemed like at their best tonight, just too much for Kingfishers to just keep doing what you're doing, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing is, keep playing a clean game, and if you're playing a clean game with what we have as far as talent, just we have a much deeper team than what Kingfisher has. And so I think if you're just continuing to come out, execute your game plan, don't try to get too fancy at times, play good defense, continue to play good defense. You shouldn't have any issues continuing to, maintain this lead and pull it out in the end.
And it'll be an interesting test for Kingfisher's depth. We've seen them get a little bit closer, or a little bit deeper, I should say, into their bench this time around. Seen a couple different faces. We did see that Buckle the Wheat Belt championship game. So we'll see how deep they could truly go as well. Let's clock down to a minute. They hit the buzzer early, I think, a little bit. Both teams instantly got back to their benches. Refs just now kind of getting on the floor, the officials are, so teams were called there a little early, but looks like we'll see the starting five for both teams back into the game to begin the second half. For the Boomers, of course, it'll be Gaines, Carter Reed, Sunderland, Hutchins, Price. For Kingfisher, Laird, Blair, White, Wilbanks, and Birdwell. The five Boomers will begin with the possession to start the second half. They're working right to left in front of us. We're opposite the scorer's table up top in this second half. Kingfisher will be going left to right. It's Price on the left wing for the Boomers. Has it top of the key. Goes to Sunderland, dumps it down to Gaines, seeing a double team, kicks it back out to Carter Reed, left side. Feeds it back to Gaines beside him on the wing as he pops out from the paint. Guarded tightly by Laird. Right wing, Price, catch and shoot three. It's too strong off the back iron, but Carter Reed pokes the rebound out to Price. Left wing, Hutchins, he's a three, and nails it in the face of Wilbanks. Gage Hutchins with 12. Boomers up by 13 to start the second half, 47-34. Kingfisher their first possession. Burnham actually get through the start of the second half. So the senior replacing Blair, essentially, who had those three fouls. As top of the key, it is White on the dribble to Wilbanks. To Burnham, guarded tightly by Reed. Hands off to White. Rolls around the top, now attacks down the left side. Connor Sunderland, good defense. Forces a kick out, but Birdwell open left wing, or left corner, I should say. Shot bounces out, and Connor Sunderland misjudged that one a bit. Goes off his face.
Connor tried to rebound with his face there. So.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with himself on that one.
That's one of those where you say, okay, he's a golfer. He's not.
Claim him as a golfer. Wow, the disrespect. Oh, man. Inbounds for Kingfisher, right side to White in the corner. Checked by Carter Reed, now trying to drive. Feeds it to Burnham beside him. Kick in the corner, Wilbanks. Up top, back to White. Who's on the dribble, again guarded by Reed, but we're sticking to that man. To Birdwell left side, to Wilbanks, who rolls in to the elbow. Double team, out to White, left wing, deep three. It's off the back iron. Gaines just over everybody for the rebound. Feeds it ahead to Price. Has a 3-on-3, now checks it up to Gaines. He'll pull up straight away for three. Two people close out on him. Shot too strong. Rebound underneath by Wilbanks for Kingfisher. 47-34, Boomers lead, 6:15 third quarter. Kingfisher possession as Laird tries to dribble into the elbow, cut off by Carter Reed. Just has to back it out up top. Now resets the offense. Kingfisher maybe now trying to slow things down a little bit like we saw in the first matchup. Left wing gets White, guarded by Hutchins. Finds Burnham, top of the key. Hands off to Laird, left wing, he'll attack. Free throw line, stolen away by Gaines, just came across, caught him sleeping. Flips over to Hutchins, back to Gaines for the lob, and the two-handed jam. The dunk by Gaines, he's got 20. And of course, the bench getting up for that one for the Boomers. 15-point advantage, 49-34. 5:38 third quarter, and another still by Gaines. All by himself, the one-handed jam this time. Back to back. And a timeout as Washington comes off the bench, raising the roof. Oh, the roof was indeed raised, Eric, as we talked about in the girls' game. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main Street in Woodward, 580-256-7045, and R5 customer warranty. When you work with R5, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed expectations. Go chat with your screen printers about customized apparel. 817 Main Street in Woodward or 580-256-3579. Compass Athletics, R5, Power Boomer Sports this season. Well, that's how you want to start a second half, Eric, as you're nearly now approaching that 20-point mark, 17-point advantage, 51-34. Some steals, some dunks, and some excitement from that Boomer bench.
Yeah, unfortunately, timeout. I was kind of hoping we see it just a kind of another stretch like we saw up in Liberal, when we started the game with 3 dunks in the first 29 seconds. But yeah, the Boomers did a great job of saying, hey, okay, they're going to try to slow it down. Or pick it up on defense, get a little bit of momentum going. 6-0
run to start the third quarter for the Boomers. This is Kingfisher possession out of the timeout with 5:30 left third quarter. Pressure on the backcourt. Wilbanks, Birdwell playing some catch. Still in the backcourt is Wilbanks. Finally gets it to White across the timeline, top of the key. So he's got a left wing, a drive to kick to Wilbanks. A 3, that's off the left side of the rim. Rebound, Sunderland comes in, able to take it away.
Not on his face.
Yeah, not on his face. Flips to the head to Price, left side, top key Gaines. Guarded tightly by Laird. Back to Price. He'll tee up the 3. It's off the side of the rim. Rebound, though, by Sunderland. So just flip it over to Hutchins. Right wing Reed takes the pass. Pulls up mid-range for the jumper. Halfway in, pops out. Rebound scooped up by Burnham underneath for Kingfisher. Head to Birdwell. Right side, Wilbanks. Kind of lost the handle on the dribble. Fires the pass back to Burnham in the paint. Top key Birdwell trying to drive, cut off. Over to Wilbanks, comes across, flips it left side to Laird. We'll roll around the top on the dribble and just calmly feed it to Birdwell. We'll lead from Kingfisher now. Up top to White, guard, trying to size up Gaines. Kicks it, Birdwell, left corner, 3 goes. So Jet Birdwell, 3 threes, he's got 9. Boomers still lead, 51-37. Right side for Hutchins. Baseline, Sunderland trying to work, gets tripped up, back to Hutchins' corner, takes the 3 and nails it. Gage a little off balance, doesn't matter. 15 for Hutchins. That one was in the face of Wilbanks.
I mean, how many times does Hutchins look like he's set? Most of the time he never looks like he's squared up to the basket, and he always knocks it down.
White trying to drive in from the top of the key, goes down the left side of the paint and rolls it in on the layup. 16 to 39. 54-39 Boomers lead. As it's Hutchins up top, right wing to Carter Reed, trying to go down to Sunderland. Poked at, he saves it from going out of bounds, but it goes right to Burnham. So a steal by Kingfisher. They'll push it ahead. Wilbanks down the baseline. Gets Laird, cut it in for the easy layup. Cash Laird controls and almost a steal by White on the inbounds. Couldn't save it from going out. 54-41 Boomers lead. 3:30 left in the third quarter. Sunderland Price check out. Washington Cole Reed in. So it's Cole Reed, Carter Reed, Washington Gaines, and Hutchins, the 5 for the Boomers.
I say throw in Crosby just for the heck of it for about 5 seconds.
Give us the trifecta. It's always good when you get the trifecta of reads. Gaines, top the key, or I should say left wing, poked at strong by Laird. Somehow saved it without traveling to Washington, to Hutchins, back to Washington, double team deep, and now fouled, they'll say, on Kingfisher. Probably much to the chagrin of the Kingfisher fan base, as will be the first on Jet Birdwell. First of the quarter for Kingfisher.
There's a lot fewer here tonight.
I do. They started cleaning it out right before half. I was not lying. Inbounds from Washington goes to Gaines, left corner, but stolen away by Kingfisher. Birdwell flips over to White, left side, trying to drive. Below the free throw line, kicks back over to Wilbanks. Now he's poked at, able to control it. Over to White, left side.
Good recovery there by Carter.
Yeah, made sure White couldn't take the open 3. So he's guarding on top of the key. Bounces it to Blair. To Wilbanks, right side to Birdwell on the wing. Finds Blair, cut it in. Boomers lost him to easy deuce. Blair with his first basket, 54-43. Boomers lead by 11. Kingfisher cutting away that lead a little bit as they've gone on a 9-0 run themselves. Boomers back the other way. Cole Reed right side to Washington on the elbow. Top the key, Gaines. Heaves the 3. That one pops out. Rebound. Washington skies for it. Gets it. Gets by his defenders and floats it home. One power dribble was enough. Washington with 8 off the bench tonight. Kingfisher races ahead, Laird taking advantage of the press. His layup though missed. Carter Reed on the defense, and now a tie-up between White and Washington. Possession arrow to Kingfisher.
I think the official is so caught up in going ahead and calling that a jump that she didn't get the fact that Kingfisher was out of bounds with a hand on the ball. But
inbounds pass goes left corner. Wilbanks tops the key to White. Minute 55 left third quarter. Boomers lead 56-43. Right wing. It is Birdwell. They're working around left side of the lane. Back up top to White after a couple screens. This pass though off the head of Carter Reed. Laird will scoop it up. Back to White in the deep corner left side. The three rims out. And a foul underneath on the rebound, but on who? Looks like it's going to be on Kingfisher. As Isaiah Washington got thrown to the floor. And they'll get Kason Blair. That's his fourth.
Yeah, I really like how the Boomers are getting heads in the game tonight. Playing well. It took you a second, didn't it? We got two guys get hit in the head.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
See, I'm young enough that that'd be a reference to High School Musical for me.
I've never seen it.
See, that was my younger days there. So see,
I have never seen it.
Get your head in the game. That was a big song. Boomers the other way. Carter Reed trying to pass it to Cole Reed in the corner, poked away.
I'm assuming that was a Zac Efron song.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of his feature songs in there. In the first move.
There's more?
Dude, yeah, they did like 3 or 4.
Oh, my
It was a
God.
cash cow for Disney, of course. It bounced. Isaiah Washington, power dribble the paint, the right-handed hook goes. Washington with 10 off the bench tonight. Kingfisher on the inbounds, trailing 58-43 at 15 third quarter. Burnham across the timeline, high right wing, poked that, stolen away by Carter Reed, ahead of Cole Reed. Got Gaines, floats it over to him. Oh, Gaines a little off on the one-handed jam. So that'll get the Kingfisher crowd barking a touch. Gaines could have had 24. Kingfisher the other way. Hutchins still on a pass from Birdwell. Flips it back to Washington. Boomers will push the other way. 50 seconds left third quarter. I say push, they slow it down on the dribble. Left wing to Cole Reed. Top the key. Cut off by Birdwell. Right side, Hutchins. Or excuse me, Gaines. So he's poked out by Laird. Has to retrieve it near the timeline. Now Gaines trying to push his way ahead. Behind back dribble and a foul eventually on Cash Laird. To claps for the Boomer bench there. Cash Laird is first. Third of the quarter for Kingfisher.
Caden kind of had a little misdirection move there, and I think that's caught Laird off balance a little bit.
Inbounds to Cole Reed, passed stolen away by White. Oh, Cole Reed comes over and fouls him hard. White hits the basket anyways. It's an 8-1. He's got 18.
That is a foul I do not have a problem with. You know, he just, unfortunately for the Boomers, he converted on it. But, hey, you go up there.
Get your money's worth and try to make sure they don't make it.
Exactly. He went up. He had a chance to block, get a piece of the ball at least. He made a play on the ball. So.
Free throw rims out for White. So it just remains a 2-point play, 58-45. Boomers lead with 20 seconds third quarter. Gaines, right wing to Carter Reed. Checked tightly by White. Reed backs him out. Now going to attack with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Boomers working back out to Price with 10. Top the key. Birdwell picks him up. Price trying to attack. Hutchins takes it right wing with 4. Somebody's got to shoot. Gage trying to drive corner. Fade away at the buzzer for 3. That's off the mark. That's how we end the third quarter with Boomer. With Woodward holding a 58-45 lead into the final frame. Step aside, you're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
They start the fourth quarter as the lead 58-45 over Kingfisher, and they have the possession to begin the frame. It'll be Connor Price receiving the inbounds pass, top of the key. Right wing Hutchins open for three. Airballed it though. That time he got set, he missed it. Maybe we just need to let him take it off balance. Kingfisher other way, another block by Gaines as he flies in on the Dax Compton layup. Price with the board. Gaines floats a strong pass to Washington. That was a little too much. Washington was deep on the baseline, couldn't save it.
It's Caden's 5th block.
God, that one was violent. Crashed himself to the floor. 7:39 left in the game. Boomers lead 58-45. It'll be White in the backcourt. Pushes ahead, they do, to Burnham. He's double teamed top the key. Right wing to Compton, trying to drive. Cut off on the elbow. Swings it back up to White. Again, Kingfisher trying to slow things down. We have resorted back to that strategy. They're not really doing so in the first half. They did it last time against the Boomers. Birdwell on the right side takes the pass. Back up to White. Searching for a good look. He's double teamed by Price and Gaines. Goes left wing to Compton. He'll attack on Reed. The freshman gets to the block. Cut off though. Now sees the double team. Reed pokes at it. Gets it loose and Reed comes up with the steal. Sees Conway takes it the other way for the Boomers. Freshman on senior there, and the senior wins. Reed top the key, guarded by White on the dribble. Left side to Hutchins, who will roll back over to the right side. On the wing, now picks up his dribble, needs a little bit of help. Trying to throw it to Gaines on the baseline, gets it there. Gaines just flips it over his head and sticks it on the layup. 24 for Gaines. That one was a high degree of difficulty.
And then they called him for a technical. I didn't see what happened.
Are you kidding me? Wow, they did. That's his first foul of the game. Teed him up for something. I mean, he took some contact, so maybe he said a word. So,
yeah, I didn't even see him say anything, but
Coach Gaines talking it over with the official. Official, I think, is signaling that he's drawing. So must have said something that caught the official there. Free throw by Birdwell. The first one no good. The second one's good. So he splits them. 10 points for Birdwell. Kingfisher trails 60-46. As they'll get the possession.
That's going to get the student section into it a little bit over there.
Birdwell in the inbounds, the backside. And the Boomers responded well with some D-ups. White, top key, left wing to Burnham. Back up to Birdwell. Right side to Layton, checked by Gaines. Player trying to attack free throw line, kicks over to Birdwell. Left side, he'll drive on Hutchins. And a block by Sunderland. No, a foul, I said. Sunderland thought he had a block. We'll see if they get it on Sunderland or Hutchins, because there's some contact there between both of them. They do get Sunderland his third. It'll be second of the quarter for the Boomers. And it sends Birdwell back to the free throw line. Cut it to 12 for Kingfisher. First one pops out. So he's gone 1 of 3 now in those last few attempts. Has 10 points on the night. Has hit 3 threes, but otherwise, Boomers have, for the most part, held him in check. Second free throw on the way. That one rims out as well by Birdwell. He missed both. Rebound by Sunderland underneath. Flips it ahead of Price down the left side. Hands off to Reed. Getting the high screen from Sunderland. Reed trying to attack. Trying to send it into Sunderland on the drive. It was poked out of bounds by Burnham, who was guarding Sunderland on the roll off the pick. Stays Boomer possession. Price beneath the right block on the baseline. The inbounder out to Sunderland. Elbow jumper. Smooth from the big man. That splashes home. He's got 5. 62-46 Boomers lead. Pressure on down the backcourt. White on the handle. Gets it past Gaines. He'll attack. Flips it to Burnham, who wasn't quite ready for the pass on the block. Collects it. Goes top the key to Compton. Hutchins almost with the steal. Right wing to Laird. He'll attack into Sunderland and draws the foul. Sunderland came over, got a little too aggressive on the body.
Yeah, that was one of those situations again where he kind of jumped going for a block and got him too much with the body. And that's why, as a coach, we always say stay on the floor.
Yeah.
Let them initiate the contact. Do everything you can to force a bad shot. You still got to get big, still got to get those arms up. But as soon as you leave the floor and make contact, a lot of times they're going to call that foul.
First free throw for Laird falls, makes it 62-47, still the Boomer advantage. Second free throw goes as well. He's got 6. Boomers back the other way with Connor Price down the left side. So he goes wing to Hutchins, baseline Reed. Bounces it down to Washington on the block. Looking to make a move and traveled with it. Washington got a little too ahead of himself there. .5:17 left in the game. Kingfisher with possession, trailing it by 14. And now Gaines picks off another pass and the easy layup. Birdwell is just playing a little catch, and Gaines caught him sleeping. It's 26 for Gaines, trying to follow up his 30-point performance first time against the Yellow Jackets. As Laird down to the right side on the block on Hutchins, now double-teamed hard. He'll lose the handle, rolls its way over to Connor Price. His pass, though, batted, stolen away by White. Drives on Washington, gets the tough layup to fall off the glass. 20 points for Hayes White. Boomers still lead by 14, 64-50. 4:40 left in the game. Reed, high left wing. Getting a screen from Washington. Quite use it now. Second screen from Washington. Bounces it to him below the free throw line. He turns, drives. Oh, clean finish with the right hand. Washington with 12 tonight off the bench. Going to work. Inbounds for Kingfisher. Laird races ahead, breaks the pressure in the paint, and draws a bit of a cheap foul there.
Yeah, it was one of those Isaiah knew immediately.
Yep.
I think he's kind of slapped to the ball, maybe got his hand a little bit. So yeah, no argument there. He kind of shook his head, said, "Yep, I got him," and let's get his free throws out of the way and get possession again.
Third foul for Washington. Fourth of the quarter for the Boomers. Laird makes the first free throw out of the line. He's got 7. It's Cole Reed check back in. So it's Carter, Cole Reed, Gaines, Washington, Hutchins the 5. Second free throw for Laird, rolls around and in. He's got 8. 66-52, Boomers still control. 4:10 left in the game. Hutchins to Reed, pass a bit strong though for Reed on the baseline. Turned over, Compton with the steal. Gives the head to White, and then a bit of a foul where Cole Reed caught himself bumping in White. So send Hayes White to the free throw line as it's 5 for the Boomers. Cole with his second.
It's the second time in this game where we kind of gone through that stretch, starting to go through the stretch where it's getting a little too quick, making some stupid mistakes. Kind of need to slow back up, pull back the range just a little bit, and get back into our own tempo.
It's White at the free throw line. He's got 20 on the night, makes the first one for 21. 66-53. Kingfisher trying to hang around with 4:05 left in the game.
He's white hot against the Boomers.
Aha! In the white jersey. Second free throw off the back iron. Rebound collected by Gaines. So get it ahead to Cole Reed, left side, Isaiah Washington. Back to Cole Reed, driving in from the free throw line. Too strong layup. Hutchins, though, backside, cleans it up. Off the glass and in. 17 for Gage tonight. 3 Boomers in double figures. One of them off the bench. 18 total bench points for the Boomers tonight. That's not lost on anybody. So lead 68-53. Kingfisher the other way. Laird right wing. 3:35 left in the game. He gets the lane open, attacks, and flies in for the layup. Boomers lost him. Cash Laird with 10 points. And a timeout taken. Western Drug, 1021 Oklahoma Avenue in Woodward. They've got a friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is awfully convenient. Always excellent service. 580-256-5586. Seal State Bank, they've got a branch in Woodward. The new location, 2314 Williams Avenue. Seal State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and much more. Seal State Bank and Western Drug, powering Boomer Sports this season on Z92 KMZE FM Woodward. So Boomers trading some baskets now with Kingfisher, which is fine as long as you're able to keep matching that and keep that bubble here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is, some of these Kingfisher baskets have come off turnovers or, kind of wild missed shots and things like that. So, the Boomers can slow down a little bit. Like I said, get the tempo back under, kind of the tempo back the way they want the game to be played. I think the Boomers will obviously kind of close this game out with the victory, but it's still with 3.5 minutes to go. It's only a 13-point game.
Yeah, it's not safe, so don't get lazy, right?
We've seen Kingfisher can go quick when they want to go quick, and they can also knock down threes. So you still got to be careful and take care of business.
So inbounds for the Boomers. It's Hutchins to Reed. He'll dribble it up. Checked immediately by White at the half-court line. Has that the Kingfisher logo. Left side to Cole Reed. Elbow to Washington. Guarded tightly by Blair. Washington going to look to attack. Spins in the paint. Oh, beautiful. Isaiah Washington is cooking tonight. He's got 14 off the bench. 70-55. Boomers lead. Kingfisher back the other way with 3 minutes left. As it's White top the key. Right wing to Birdwell. Up to Will Banks, who's guarded by Hutchins. Left side to White. He's going to get open. Pull for the three straight away. Splashed it home. Washington tried to close out. Hayes White matching his 24 he had against the Boomers in the first matchup. 70-58, Boomers still controlled by 12. As it's Reed across the timeline, 2:38 left of the game. Bounces over to Hutchins, he'll drive right baseline, cut off to Gaines in the corner. Double team, finds Cole Reed wide open for three. High off the back iron straight away. Hutchins able to fly in, poke the board to himself. Takes the three left wing, that's off the right side of the rim. Good effort by Gage, couldn't convert though. White the other way for Kingfisher. Flips it to Birdwell in the corner. Will Banks trying to drive baseline. Cut off by Washington. Now double team. Nice bounce pass to White, who drives into the lane and races home for the layup. So White with 26. Matching Kate Gaines for the game high between these teams. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Boomers lead by 10, 70-60. Reed top the key. Left wing to Hutchins. Trying to get it to Gaines, and the pass just off the mark. Too much there from Hutchins. Gaines was trying to get a little posted up. And now Coach Gaines going to take a timeout herself, kind of reset her boys. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you've always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. Smith & Co. Auction and Realty. Oklahoma's real estate and land auction expert. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. 580-254-3975. Email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. Smith & Co. M&D Enterprises, powering Boomer Sports this season. We got video of the Reese Durkee heave for three. Eric will show me, so that's neat.
And honestly, one of the more impressive things is right before it.
Somebody got a good block.
That's what I'm trying to. Maybe Luke Talley got the block.
So the inbounds for Kingfisher out of the timeouts. They trail by 10. Goes to Laird on the right wing. Dribble in, back it out. Cut off by Washington initially. Still has the handle. Free throw line double team. To Birdwell, to White in the right corner. He'll attack on Hutchins. And flies in, takes the layup. So Kingfisher back within 8.
That's an impressive move that he made right there.
Yeah, it was. Top of the key, Price goes to Hutchins left wing for the Boomers. To Gaines, near the logo, minute 20 left. Boomers going to work it around. Carter Reed right side. Back over to Price, high left. Boomers just going to play little corners, and finally a foul by Birdwell. Here's the problem. That's only the first of the quarter for Kingfisher, so they're going to have to foul quickly and a lot if they're going to commit to that. First on Birdwell, for the game.
Well, I've got him as second.
I did too, so I missed one somewhere.
They're cheating. We got
Phantom fouls now stacked up.
Or Phantom no fouls.
Yeah, Phantom no fouls. Inbounds from Carter Reed goes to the backcourt to Price. Crossover on Birdwell. Get back across the timeline. Left wing to Sunderland. Minute 8 left on the clock. Boomers leading 70-62. Price gets it left side. Top key Reed. Boomers is going to try to make Kingfisher foul him here. As Reed just checked up by White. 55 seconds left in the game. White finally fouls. Thought he had it still there for a second. That'll be his third. It's only the second of the quarter for Kingfisher. So now you got to figure those fouls are going to start coming in quick and maybe a little heavy. As it's Carter Reed in front of his own bench, inbounding to Price. Sure enough, there's a quick foul from Birdwell.
Almost a tackle.
Now it's the second. Yeah, third of the quarter for Kingfisher.
And that's the thing, when you get in these situations, you still got to be careful because you still got to make a play on the ball. And you can't just shove somebody.
Reed, the inbounder again on sideline, catches Gaines. He'll float in the paint, kicks it off the backboard, and it runs out.
Whoa.
Oh, and then I got a foul on Gaines on the loose ball. Okay. Wow. So missed by Gaines on the layup. Thought he had it. That'll be his second foul. He has hit his season average of 25.3 as we're at 26 points, just in case you're wondering. And that's big because Boomers already have 5 fouls, so that'll send Will Banks to the free throw line from 2 quick ones. Eric trying to take my money over here. Didn't return it to me after the concession stand.
I just realized I didn't give you your money back.
Sad part is I would have forgot it, so good on you, honest man. First free throw from Will Banks doesn't go. Remains 70-62. Second one a brick. Rebound by Gaines, and then he's fouled quickly.
I wish my wife would forget whenever I had money. She always remembers that I didn't get the money back.
Well, you know, that's just how the relationships go, right? Second foul layered. And now a timeout taken by, I believe that'd be the Boomers. So 46.6 left in the game. Boomers lead 70-62. Eric, got to give credit to Kingfisher, man. They just do not give up. They keep trying to hang around no matter what.
Yeah, they do. They play. They are well coached, you know, and I talked about the culture. These kids have grown up watching winning basketball. There is a culture around here of working hard.
Got these pictures of all those state titles behind us.
Yeah, which, you know, seeing all these Sternbergers and there's also Birdwells, and you got some Myers and Bijan, and you know, if anybody knows Bijan Cortez, that kid was a baller. You know, but again, that's what these kids grew up seeing. Yeah. You know, because we turn around and look at the, you know, right behind us, 17, 18. You know, these kids were like 4th and 5th grade at that time. Right. You know, maybe even younger than that. So, you know, they know what they've got to do to kind of live up to the legacy that these other guys that are pictured behind us have built. So, you know, they come out, they work hard, and, you know, that's kind of what you're seeing tonight, you know, and what they have gone through the season where, you know, they rebuilt last year, went through some early season struggles, but now they're kind of starting to roll.
Boomers out of the timeout on possession. Inbounds goes to Price from Gaines to Reed. Still in the backcourt. Got to get it ahead. Double team strong. Count's getting solid now. Back to Reed. Finally gets across timeline. Gets it ahead to Sunderland, and he's fouled before I think he gets to Sunderland. Be number 4 in the quarter. That might be number 5. Shoot, yeah, it's finally number 5. And it's on Case of Blair, his 5th.
Coach Gaines a little unhappy. The Boomers kind of missed some opportunities to get the ball up sooner than they did.
Yeah. So Case of Blair checks out with 5 fouls. He had 2 points on the day, and it sends Carter Reed to the free throw line. 2 points for Mr. Reed tonight. Has been more of a facilitator. First free throw, catches the left, rolls out to the right. So it remains 8-point ball game, 70-62 with 35 seconds. Second free throw for Reed. That one too strong as well. This is both. Rebound by Kingfisher underneath. It's Burnham, the senior, trying to put it ahead to Wilbanks. White down the right side, crossing up. Kept the handle somehow, shot those short. Good defense from Sunderland. And then Sunderland fouled on the loose ball. Great job by Connor Sunderland.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, where, you know, just go straight up, cause a bad shot, and, you know, and that's what he wanted to do there. You know, as far as what Kingfisher wanted to do there, is he was trying to go into him and draw the foul while trying to make it. You know, Connor did. He moved his arms. It just went straight up and caused a bad shot, and they got the rebound.
They get the second foul on Wilbanks. Sunderland to the free throw line. First one out. The Boomers not doing themselves any favors at the line in this one. They missed 3 straight. Still lead 70-62 with 22.5 seconds left. Second free throw on the way from Sunderland. That one good. So Sunderland now with 6 points in the game. Kingfisher on the inbounds, racing ahead with Laird. We're just going to let him fly by. Misses the layup too strong. Poked out to Gaines. He gets across the timeline right side, then gets fouled. With 12.9 left, the Boomers could put it up over 10 as Eric's throwing pins.
That's my athletic butterfingers right there.
As the third foul on Wilbanks. Gaines at the line with 26 tonight. First free throw, hits the front, hits the back, and falls.
Those fingers right there, exactly why that was. As a senior, I was working in radio and not.
Fair enough. Second free throw for Gaines, nothing but net. So he makes both, has 28. Brewers lead by 11, 73-62. Just over 10 seconds left. Inbound for Kingfisher. White crossing up some Boomers. They're not challenging them too hard. Left wing, Laird. Deep three, off the mark. Hutchins with the board. Head to Gaines, and that is the ball game. The Boomers make it 12 straight. They improved to 16-4 on the season as they take the 73-62 win over Kingfisher. We'll step aside from break, come back with your post-game wrap. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
And back at the Hive as the Boomer Bullets take the 73-62 win over Kingfisher tonight. 2-0 on the season now against the Yellow Jackets. Looking at your post-game stats for the boys, won the first quarter 25-14, lost the second quarter 23-19, but the lead that they had built essentially in that first quarter, really the difference as they were able to win the third 14-13. Kingfisher wins the fourth 17-15. Looking at your top scores for the night for the Boomers, it was Caden Gaines, 28 points tonight, 4 threes. We had 5 blocks on him as well. Goodness, he was all over it. It was probably near a double-double on boards. Another fantastic night for him. Gaines Hutchins, what a great supporting role he played tonight with 17. Also had 3 threes. Woodward hit 7 threes, 4 for Gaines, 3 for Hutchins. Got 14 from Isaiah Washington off the bench tonight with big spark, I should say. God, I can't talk. Anyways, as far as the other scores go, Cole Reed with 6, Connor Sutherland also with 6. And 2 for Carter Reed tonight. You gotta stop that. Anyways,
I'm crying.
Man, okay. For Kingfisher, 28 points for Hayes White. Improves on his 24-point performance from the first matchup between these teams. He did hit 1 3. Got 10. Jason Harrison, man, God, he just added to it. 10 for Cash Laird, as well as Jet Birdwell. The scores in double figures for Kingfisher tonight. So, Eric, as we look to
TV's trying to get us off the air.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to go quick. Anyways, as we look to the boys again tonight, get it done. I know, the end maybe quite wasn't as clean as you wanted it, but for the most part, played a pretty clean game. How do we look on rebounds, turnovers, things of that nature?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, it wasn't as clean towards the end as we'd like for it to be. Caden did finish with a double-double. He had 11 rebounds. Sonny had 9 rebounds in the championship game here a couple weeks ago, added 9 rebounds again tonight. Gage Hutchins had 4. Isaiah and Carter Reed had 2 rebounds each. and then Price, Laredo, and Cole each added rebounds. You talked about the 5 blocks by Caden. He also had 3 steals, 3 assists. Gage had 4 assists, 2 steals. Connor had 4 assists. Connor Price had 4 assists and a steal. Washington, Sunderland, and Carter Reed all had assists in the game. So, I mean, it really was, you look at Caden's, 28 points. That's what Caden does.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything spectacular necessarily. He just went out and played. You had Hutchins with his 17. Washington came off, played really well off the bench with his 14. But overall, it's just she didn't go as deep into the bench tonight as sometimes she does. But when Cole came on the floor, he played pretty well. Laredo came in and he got a few minutes. So overall, you just can't really complain except for those few moments where they kind of let things get a little too sloppy.
Yeah, and credit to Kingfisher. Knew they were going to battle around, try to stay tough, but was able to hold on for the 73-62 win. That brings me to the Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game. I got an idea. Let's go with, how about Mr. Washington tonight?
Okay.
Did well off the bench, provided some stability, some good scoring around what Caden and Gage were able to do. And, hey, I mean, took him to task a little bit there in the paint.
Yeah, times. and that's the thing is we've talked about Isaiah, and he's come in overall this year and played well. The improvement over the past couple of years for Isaiah. He's playing with another level of confidence right now when he has the ball in the paint and some of the moves he makes and things like that. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good call there.
Okay, we'll go with Isaiah Washington, the Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game tonight for the boys. Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking. No matter where you are, the Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Isaiah Washington, our boys, player of the game tonight. And, well, what's ahead for the rest of the week? The Boomers off Friday. No game on Friday. A week from today, we'll be back home at Boomer Fieldhouse for senior night against a very talented pair of Anadarko teams that have run roughshod over 3A and quite honestly beaten some upper competition as well when you look to 4, 5, 6A. And we saw them early in the season. I'm excited, Eric, to see how the Boomers kind of, it's one of those measuring sticks. Say, okay, here's where we were at the beginning of the season against them. Now come back, get them on your turf to end the season.
Yeah, that Anadarko game it was kind of frustrating, and we were where we thought we would be to start the year, where we're gonna, play well and against some good teams, but not get over the hump. But now we're kind of in that mode of we're expecting to win. We know how to win. Now it's time to go play, another really good team that we know we can play with, and hopefully get a senior night win. Against I think they're number 3 in 3A.
I think both. The girls are for sure. The boys got.
I think both teams are 3 and 3.
Okay. So they're both top 5. We know that.
They're playing. They play Dale tonight.
Ooh, I have to go check on that one. Yeah, that is right. I heard a lot of people talking about that on X, so that ought to be interesting to go back and watch. But until then, the only big thing we'll have, of course, Boomer Coach Show tonight. Weather providing, unless
tomorrow night, not tonight. You said tonight.
Tomorrow night, weather permitting, as long as players, coaches don't say, hey, we can't make it. We will have a coach's show tomorrow night at Long Shots, and that'll be here on Z92. And then, of course, next Tuesday will be the next game for the Boomers. They'll wrap up the regular season against Anadarko. We'll have a bracket for districts, so a time and a date specifically for you, either tomorrow night for the Boomer Coaches Show or by Tuesday. And, of course, in between then, it'll be announced on the social medias, if you will. I'm sure we'll get that out there for Woodward social medias, whether that's Facebook or X. So keep track of that. With that all said, folks, we appreciate you for tuning in or listening, however you consumed it tonight. We hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday and a great rest of your week. We'll catch you next time. It's been Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You've been listening to
No Game Friday?
Fox Sports Z92.
No Game Friday. Yes,
Follow
sir.
the Boomers all season long on Z92,
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate your time.
This has been a presentation of Tri-State Media.